Dogs, the fan.
Hey, what it do?
Ahoy!
What's up?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Nothing. Nothing. Basking in the glory that is the New York Mets.
Yeah, red hot.
Giving your Padres the business. Bunch of bitches that they are.
Yeah, it's too bad.
Suck it, Tatis.
His name's Tatis.
Tatis. Put a T on the end of it.
Yeah, why'd you do that?
Because I have no respect for him.
Tell you what, he's having a comeuppance. You know that guy didn't hit a home run like for 6 months?
Yeah, he was terrible. Well, he has to go off the sauce now because a bunch of Padres are cheating bastards.
But now he's red hot.
They should play, true American baseball like the Mets.
And he's robbing people of home runs and stuff.
Yeah.
He's an exciting player.
The only performance drugs that the Mets are on is cocaine. Thank you very much. Like, again, the American way. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, he didn't hit his first home. Well, I guess he hit one in May.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He hit one.
Yeah. Yeah, last night was quite the performance. I don't know if you...
No home runs in April, one in May. No, I saw it. Yeah, it was great. He hit 2 bombs.
Someone even came and apologized to me today for it.
Why?
I was wearing a Met shirt today at the gym, and a firefighter that I see in there from time to time, who happens to be a Padre fan, he came by and he's like, hey, sorry. And I was like, geez, all right, just taking shots. I should have been like, hey, by the way, sorry, we're kicking your ass. Sorry for one game. Yeah, Mets are red hot.
Yeah, they are.
But I appreciated that, an apology from Padre fan for, what happened the previous evening.
Mets have won.
I think we've won 9 of 11, I think.
Let's see.
Because I think it was 8 of 10 before last night, and then they won today. So
they've won 10 of 14.
10 of 14. The streaking.
That's pretty good.
Red hot, last place, New York Mets.
They get the White Sox next.
Hey, at least they're not the Mariners.
And then the Brewers.
At least they're not the Mariners losing 22 to...
Dude.
Only 10 games out of the wild card.
You're right in the mix.
Hey.
Right in the mix.
Stranger things have happened.
Not so. Now, if the Mets were up by 10 plus games, I would say by all means, they'll manage to blow it. But yeah, they're not going anywhere.
It appears that they play your Mets.
Yeah.
Play a first place team the next 4 series in a row.
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
So White Sox, Brewers, Astros, Rays.
Are the Astros really a first place team?
I mean, technically they are.
Yeah, but, that's a technicality at best. Now, the Brewers, on the other hand, and the White Sox, they're actually good. But,
and the Rays are good.
Yeah.
I love baseball.
You know what? We'll just sit there and continue to give the business to the Padres. Suck it, Padres.
I love cocky Mets guy. They're in last place still.
That's right.
And he's bowing up over there.
Feeling pretty good.
Hey, 58 and 70. Maybe you guys can get to 500.
Well, I got flexed on today by Padres fan, which, settle down there. Right? You're beating the Mets and now you're throwing jabs at me? Okay. But you beat up a kid in a wheelchair where you're at and be proud about that. You know what? I expect better from the Vancouver Fire Department. You know who I'm talking about. You're out there listening right now.
So do we need to talk about the Mariners?
That is...
Should we talk about that?
It's possible.
Do we need to talk about that?
Well, there was an article written the day before about how they're turning a corner, and then they go and
Who wrote that?
Where was that? Well, it was someone in the clubhouse. I don't remember if it was the manager or one of the players said it, and then there was an article written about how they're close to turning a corner.
Was it Bill
Orem? Bill Orm's writing about turning a corner? No, but I saw Hykins continuing to take shots.
Why?
Oh, the Maverick.
Wait, are we talking about the Mariners or the Blazers?
Well, you brought up the Blazers.
Wait a minute. Is he taking shots at the Mariners?
No. He's taking shots at the Blazers again.
Oh. Well, the Mariners deserve shots.
The Mariners deserve shots. Well, what Julio did, I don't know if you saw it.
I did.
Well, I was talking more to the general audience.
Oh. They can't answer you, but...
Julio Rodriguez caught a ball and thought that it was the third out. It was not the third out.
Yeah.
And he proceeded to take the ball and throw it into the outfield.
Well, he threw it in the stands.
Threw it into the stands.
For the fans.
Yes, for the fans.
He didn't just throw it in the outfield.
No.
The other bad part, down 19-0.
Well, here's my thing. I think this is the good part.
Oh.
So he hucks it into the stands, which cost the Mariners 2 runs. And normally you'd be like...
the bases were loaded.
Yes.
And the rule is, and I didn't know this.
I didn't either.
The rule is that if that happens, the runners can only advance 2 bases.
Yeah, it's like a ground rule double.
Yeah.
Which, in all honesty, there could be a scenario there where it behooves you to throw it into the stands, right? Like if it's going to be a base clearing triple, I'll pick it up, hug it into the stands, back. Well, no good. So he throws it into the stands and immediately realizes, oh my God, I'm a jackass. What did I just do? 2 runs score. dumbass. And you would think that you'd be killing him for it, but it was 19-0 when he did it. Therefore, is that like a no harm, no foul? Yes, you did it. You allowed 2 runs to score, but is there a difference between 19-0 and 21-0? And you lose 22-0, I would make the argument that it doesn't matter. Therefore, it's not as bad.
I would just argue it's more embarrassing.
No, it's very embarrassing.
Like that's the bad part is the season's been embarrassing, and so that just defines the whole season.
Well, yeah, it's just a joke at this point,
Right?
And that, like you say, that's a microcosm of it.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you're down 19-0,
Yeah.
is it okay that you don't know how many outs there are?
Yes.
I mean,
I don't care. Yes.
You're a professional.
No.
You should always know how many outs there are.
Nah, it's 19-0. I've been a part of games where it's been like 56-10, and I can assure you, I don't know what down it is.
That's like saying,
And I don't care.
You shouldn't. It doesn't matter what hoop you're shooting on.
No, it doesn't. You're down. If you're
You're down 40, so you just put back in the wrong hoop.
No. That's not being down 40. You're down 19-0.
60.
that's being down 40.
I don't think so. I think in the NBA, that's being down 60. And
You
that
should
was
still not shooting the wrong hoop.
I think you should know how many outs there are at all times. Yeah, if you're being a professional.
It's 0, 1, 2, or 2.
Yeah.
There's 3 options.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
He realized
Right.
it the moment it went in the stands. He was like, ooh.
Oh,
You guys are mad about Keenan Allen dropping passes and kickers missing field goals, but
Hey,
we're letting him off the hook.
Don't
We're letting him
blame-
off the hook with
Don't look at
a
me.
number of outs.
That's going over there.
no, I think you're right. I'm with you. You should always know. I don't care what the score of the game is. You should always know how many outs there are.
Look up at the big screen.
Doesn't
that
he
they
make
have.
like $30 million a year?
Yes.
I expect you to know how many outs there are.
But there were
yes.
9 runs scored in the 8th.
Well,
What's the
well,
difference between
you gotta
9
keep
and
track.
7?
Nothing. But you still have to know how many outs there are.
I give it one of the. Again, if you're down in an NBA game by 65, and that's the 8th inning, so that's being down by 65, and there's 8 minutes to play in
right,
the
like
game.
the start of the mid fourth quarter, start of the fourth quarter.
That's middle of the 4th quarter. There's 6.5 to play, and you're down by 65. And you forget that you don't
Which
have.
does happen.
And you forget that you don't have any timeouts,
I've watched the
or
Blazers.
or maybe you run the baseline and you're not. You can't. You had to be stationary.
Yeah, Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, you're Dan Orlovsky. I don't care. I'm like, whatever. Sure. If you're a receiver and you run the wrong route with 6 minutes to go, down by 60 in an NFL game, okay, I can live with it.
I don't think that's a good comparison. Running the wrong route happens.
So does forgetting how many outs there are.
No, it shouldn't. No,
It would be
shouldn't.
like running the wrong way. Like you get a handoff and you run the opposite way.
Which has happened.
Yeah.
Like you get hit and you run
Very
the wrong
rarely.
way.
But I just don't think I think you've got some false equivalencies there. The idea that a professional baseball player on the field, particularly one who is a star making millions, doesn't know how many outs there are, that should never be acceptable. I mean, it does happen,
Oh yeah, believe me, I saw some.
but it shouldn't be acceptable.
I saw some Mariner, Scribes. It was Softy or one of those guys up there that was like, back in the day, we would have benched his ass. But no one cares anymore. That's how soft this team is.
Would it be the equivalent of a quarterback doing a pooch punt on 3rd down or something?
Yeah, you could probably see that.
You know,
Yeah.
he didn't know what down.
Didn't
it
know
was.
what down it was.
It's like, I'm just gonna punt it.
Yeah. That's probably the best equivalent. Is you think it's 4th down and it's not. It's 3rd down. Look, I'm not asking. How am I expecting Julio Rodriguez to stay locked in at that point in the game?
Well,
He doesn't want to be out there anymore than we want to watch
well,
that
then
thing.
bench his ass.
Well, that's what.
How about this? Let's put a guy
bench
out
his
there.
ass, you piece of garbage.
Let's put a guy out there who knows how many outs there are. Maybe he'll get a hit.
Because that ought to solve what.
Cal Raleigh. Help bench Cal Raleigh.
And by the way,
Guy sucks.
he only makes $18 million.
Is that all?
That's it. $18 million.
I thought he made more than that.
Well, it's
That's a pretty good contract.
this year. Yeah, it's it
I mean,
fluctuates.
It's not
but
average for this year.
Because they gave him,
Sucks.
didn't they give him like 10 years?
$209 million.
Oh.
Now there is potential up to $470 based on awards and options, but
Well,
base
that's not going to happen. We know that.
base
He
salary
ain't winning awards.
he makes about 18. So
I mean, that makes his.
does that make it feel a little better that it was 18 million not knowing?
No, he should still know how many outs there are, but that makes his underachieving stats seem a little better.
Yeah, someone said, is it worse than J.R. Smith not knowing what the score was during an NBA Finals? See, that's
True.
bad.
Is that worse?
Well,
No, because
That's
it's
not
19-0. But J.R. Smith, like, that's a critical moment
That was for the game. He just puts it in, they win the game.
Yes.
of your whole season.
LeBron wanted to murder him. If LeBron had the power of God in that moment, J.R. Smith would have been struck and dead.
Just dead on the court.
On the court.
And I think most of us have been like, I kind of understand.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Dropping the ball before the goal line, that's a good one. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, it just shouldn't happen.
But when you're down by
I tell you what,
you're down 59-0 and you drop it.
Exactly.
That
that's
happens.
a great equivalent.
Because you're celebrating, you're like, let's go, touchdown.
Well, it'd be more like if you were up.
bro.
If you're up by 56 and you have a pick six and you're running it back to make it 60-0 or whatever, you drop it, we're going to call you an idiot. But it's Leon Lett in the Super Bowl. You look like a schmuck. You're like, dude, we're up by 40. What do you want from me? No harm, no foul.
Here's the other thing. You can't drop the ball unless you have the ball.
Yeah.
Whereas in baseball, there's other guys on the field. I wonder how many times they don't know how many outs there are.
I think more than you would realize.
And they don't get the ball, so you never know it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I think that happens more than you realize.
Like Julio isn't jogging in, but then he sees the other guys jogging. He's like, oh, crap, that was the third out.
The amount of times in my life that I've gone to the line of scrimmage and have had one of my guards or tackles turn to me and be like, what's the play? And you're like, what? And they're like, what are we doing? And you're like, you were just in the huddle and you realize that they were zoned out. Now, granted, some of those guys probably got hit in the head, but that happens quite a bit. Snap count, an alarming amount where someone turns to you as the ball is being snapped. Oh God, what do I do? And you're like, just now? And you're like, and you kind of yell at them and then you snap the ball and away you go. This goes back to, we want to believe as fans that every athlete is like dialed in at all times and it's like life and death. I can assure you at 19-0 in the 8th inning of that game, no one on the field for the Seattle Mariners gave two S's about what was going down. Nobody.
And I understand that, but I still think it's the amount of outs. Like it shouldn't be that hard to look around.
Do you think it's too little league to hold up fingers? You know, like
they do it.
Do they still do that?
Yeah. If you watch it, lots of times when a guy catches a ball, he'll put him up.
Do the two.
Look at the outfielders, 2 outs.
Again,
That's what I'm saying.
hard.
It's so elementary.
Much like in little kid baseball, you lose focus. Major League Baseball, you lose focus. Well, you're in the outfield. You're staring at the gal in the third row with a great rack. You're thinking about what you're going to do after the game. You're like, this is kind of a little boring.
What is that?
You start looking around. It happens. No one wants to admit it happens. It happens. You ever watch an NBA huddle? Watch the NBA huddle and how many guys are actually paying attention to what's going on in the NBA huddle.
Over under 1.5.
Exactly.
Well, I think
Travis Outlaw, I used to go to games and play the fun game of what's Travis Outlaw doing when he should be looking into the huddle. Because it wasn't looking at the erase board and Mo Cheeks.
So to me, if you were to power rank the sports where the athletes are least locked in,
NBA 1.
NBA is 1.
Hands down.
But I think Major League Baseball
2.
might be right behind it.
Absolutely.
Because there's just so much standing around.
Yes. There's too much downtime.
Who's more locked in, hockey or football?
Hockey. It's too fast. And if you're not, you're dead. You're dead.
Yeah, because football, you have the downtime or like the in
You
between.
get the 40 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of... I'll tell you what, the NFL, when the ball gets snapped, you better be locked in. But I'm telling you, there is a lot of grab ass that goes on in the huddles, in timeouts. It's more than you realize. It's quite a bit. But you better get your S together when the ball is getting ready to snap because someone will kill you. Hockey, I just don't think you have any wiggle room to not be paying attention to what's going on.
It's too nonstop.
You're
you're flying in the middle of a play.
Yes. There's the puck's too fast, the skaters, and you'll get your head taken off. Watch this. You can't.
I think you could kind of have your head up your ass in soccer.
Oh, 100%.
just roaming around
Dude,
out there.
I watched Messi.
They just walk.
The striker, so like Erling and
Haaland.
and Haaland and Erling's his first name. But all those guys that are the strikers,
Mbappe.
yeah,
Messi.
dude, they all just walk for like 75% of the game, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, we got to go.
Ball towards me, I'm gonna start trying.
Yeah, you got to start trying.
Well, you don't even really need to know the score, do you?
No, you just kind of look
You
up.
just try to score.
Yeah, and every now and then you look up and you're like, oh, this is happening. Soccer may be the most checked out. Now, most checked in. So we said hockey, that's not true. Racing. I'm
Great
guessing.
call, yes.
I'm guessing if you are in a motorcycle, an F1 car, a NASCAR, anything with wheels going 180 miles an hour, I'm guessing your sphincter is coal tight the entire time, because that is probably the one sport, that maybe like bull riding, where if you mess up, you don't get like a talking to. You go to the hospital or maybe the morgue. You can't tell me any time in those races that those guys are not zoned in.
You don't think they're looking up in the stands at the Hots and
No.
looking in the rearview mirror,
They're checking their phone. They get text messages.
texting and driving?
Yeah, someone said
Maybe eating some fries.
Julio's thinking about them butter hogs. No.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hey, slump buster. The Mariners need one.
People are asking what's the remedy to the Mariners season. Get a couple slump busters.
Butter hogs. When's the next time they go to Milwaukee? We need a Midwest trip for Seattle. Stat.
Don't you think they've tried that?
I would assume so.
It's a little late for the butter hogs.
Do you think Cal Raleigh is
Hey guys, we should try something. Had a couple bad games.
Bring in Mark Grace.
Yeah?
Speak to the team.
Boy, I would love to know. Going from where Cal Raleigh was last year to this year, I would love to know at what level he has sunk from a
ladies' standpoint.
Yeah, because if you don't know, in baseball, supposedly when you're not having a good run of it, you go find yourself a nice butter hog and you get yourself a slump buster, is what they call it. When you're in that kind of slump, what sort of depravity do you have to go down to break yourself out of that?
Do you have a choice at that point, though?
No.
Because the Hots are even after you when you're batting 154.
And I hate to tell you this, but they're not in the Midwest for a while.
Who they got next? Who's going to beat them now?
Well, they play.
They're so bad.
They play Chicago.
Which Chicago?
The Cubbies, but that's in Seattle. So you got two chances. You got Milwaukee. You're in Milwaukee right now. You got to do something. You got to do it now. You got 2 days. You got 2 days. Get it done. You're in Milwaukee, home of the Butter Hogs. It's time to give Raleigh and everyone else a day off. Send them out to the bars.
Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Just do it. Start winning games.
It's time to put pride aside and go on a.
Do they even want to win? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
No.
Dude, they are so bad. They're 8 games under 500.
Yeah.
They have the fewest runs in all of baseball.
It's so bad.
They have a negative run differential. They're in a division where the team leading it is barely even 500.
They are 5. The Astros are officially 500 now.
Their MVP runner-up is hitting 150.
Yeah.
And they just are the victim of the largest shutout in baseball history.
Yeah.
But they traded for Taylor Ward, so they're going to come back.
And he's hurt.
He's batting 156 when he played, too.
Well, it's funny. So we were making fun of, all year everyone has taken their shots at the Mets. And rightfully so. We stink. I would like to point out that the New York Mets, who suck and got rid of everybody, they are 58-70. Your Seattle Mariners, 59-67. Samesies.
Yeah.
That's the level.
It's a long season.
That's the level at which Seattle is playing.
Who's more disappointing, Mets or Mariners?
The Mariners. Going in, everyone knew. Sorry, Bo Bichette and the Seaman that we brought in, that wasn't getting it done. We knew where this was heading. The Mariners, on the other hand, were a game away and out away from the World Series.
Everyone was picking them.
They were the sexy pick. So, welcome to Metsland. Join the club.
Well, it's not over yet, but it sure seems it.
Isn't it?
Well, I think they're 5 out in the wild card, maybe.
Yeah, but there's they're only a few back, but there's a lot of teams.
Well, you just got to, this is going to sound wild, but they actually have to play good baseball.
Yes. So
And
technically,
then you just string together some wins, and who knows? You never know.
yeah. So technically, they're only 3 back.
But they're only 3 back?
3 back. But ahead of them are the Tigers, the Orioles, the Indians, the Blue Jays, the Rangers, and the Twins. You got to jump.
Yeah,
All those teams suck.
5,
Yeah.
6.
See, it's doable because those teams all suck. You just got to play
Play
to
on a
your
10-game win streak and you're fine.
Yeah, you got to play to your potential.
Does that say something that you have the 4th worst record in the American League and you're 3 out of the wild card?
Only teams worse. A's, Royals, Angels?
Yes.
Wow.
Bang.
And they're that's
Way
a whole
down.
other.
That's a whole other level bad.
Yeah, it's just, it's a different animal. So maybe you can do that. If you're the Mariners, you're like, well, we're not the Angels.
We spent a whole segment on stupid Mariners.
Well, when you lose 22-0, one, I was basking in the illustrious Mets play. But when you lose 22-0 and you throw a ball into the stands and it's not the third out, you're going to get a prattle. You're going to.
Plus, you deserve it.
Got the prattle.
Plus, let's be honest.
You're not getting the services of Frank.
No.
Too illustrious.
That was the Butterhawks. Plus the fact that they're in Milwaukee and they need a slump buster. I mean, that writes itself.
I still want to know why Sean Hyken's taking shots.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you that.
Yeah, because I don't.
Well, it's.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
It's kind of cool. We haven't had to talk about that
No.
situation for quite a while. And behind me on the dry erase board from the firm.
18 days.
Days since bad news regarding the Moda Center renovation. 18.
Yeah.
That's great.
Someone apparently did something so cheap that he was trying to say he couldn't believe Dundon didn't think of it first. So they just like taking shots at this point. Objective journalism at its finest.
Hey, I have a trade scenario.
Okay.
That's right up your alley.
Oh, I love this.
Dude, you're going to love this.
Let's do it.
I have no idea why it was printed, but it was.
Let's get to the services.
And it's coming to the show next.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings tossed with a perfect dry rub and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, Seattle Seahawks signing another cornerback. This time is Trayvon Diggs, former Cowboy. This coming after they signed Terrion Arnold, but they're expecting Arnold to be punished with this ongoing legal problem. Some bad news for the Texans. Their wide receiver, Jaden Higgins, he suffered a torn ACL. He'll be out for the entire season. Dallas Wings guard AZ Fudd, number 1 overall pick. This past year's draft, she's going to undergo a procedure on her injured left knee. She will also be out the remainder of the season. And Oregon State basketball had an exhibition game yesterday on a Canadian tour. They beat Trinity Western 113-77. Fresno State transfer Deshaun Gorey leads the way, 18 points, 9 boards for the Beavs. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenout.com.
AM.
All right, so many questions. Before I get to a trade scenario that I think you're really going to love,
Okay.
we're going to take calls on it. It's so good.
Waiting for T-Bone to call in. T-Bone!
I'm sure he'll have an opinion on it. I saw Sean Hyken's latest tweet.
Yeah.
And first of all, so many questions.
Yeah.
Who is the person on the photo there? Is that Penny Marshall? Like, who is that?
I would assume it's someone with the Mavericks.
Yeah, the thumb up person there. Is that the who is
What
that?
is that?
I'm assuming.
If you go to Sean Hyken's Twitter,
Yeah.
It is wild.
who is that?
I don't know.
I have no idea. When I saw it, because it was about the Dallas Mavericks, I assumed that.
Yeah, it's probably like one of their ownership group.
But it does have a real Penny Marshall.
It looks like AI Penny Marshall.
It does.
So he says, surprised someone beat Tom Dundon to this. And it's a woman. I think she's a woman.
Oh, yeah. That is
I just don't want to waste money.
that is Dallas
that?
Mavericks majority owner, Miriam Adelson.
That's
and her
Miriam
family.
Adelson?
Yes.
Whoa.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
That is not how I pictured Miriam Adelson.
No, that's something else. Can we say that?
Is that the Vegas Miriam Adelson?
Yes. Whoa. She throws down.
Dude. Dare I say she looks pretty good.
Paloma.
She's old.
I'll tell you right now, if you're hanging out in Vegas and old Miriam, and she rolls up to you and is like, you and me, we're having a night.
Oh, you're going to that penthouse.
You're going, right?
Not even a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, cancel everything else.
She's like the richest.
Yeah. Stuff's going
She's
down.
like the richest person there.
Yeah. Stuff's going down. And you know she knows exactly what she wants. And whether you like it or not, that's what's going to happen. And you're going to have a story to tell.
So I think she's still with the old man. Or did he die?
I don't know.
I feel like maybe he died.
It's possible.
Anyway, Sean Hyken said, surprised someone beat Dundon to this. And if you open the link, it's from Mavs Moneyball. And it says, buyer beware. These 10-game partial season ticket plans from the Mavericks come with a catch. Welcome to your support of a team that expects you to spend $1,000 and receive $900 worth of what you just bought.
Yeah. So apparently in some, not all, but if you buy a mini season plan of 10 games, in a couple of them, if you're not paying attention, they weasel in a preseason game.
Yeah.
So you get 9 regular season games, and in some of them you get one of the preseason games. So obviously that's kind of shady pool, and they're not necessarily sneaking it by you. It says in there that it's a preseason game.
Just, how about read what you're buying?
But you do have to read what you're buying. But I do enjoy the fact that a guy that covers the team, supposedly with an objective point of view, is now just like, well, pile on. Let's just keep taking shots. This just goes back to, I get that our owner is kind of an ass, and not kind of, he is, and that he certainly is cheap. But again, I just go back. I think the coverage of him by people has been out and out embarrassing.
When it goes back to his tweet when the PR guy got fired, he goes, this is a catastrophic
Catastrophic.
loss.
This is the same guy that claimed that a PR person getting fired was a catastrophic move.
Well, look.
I think you look like...
listen, dude, I think I'm still feeling that one. That was catastrophic.
It was.
Because that one guy's not there anymore.
No.
And without him,
Yeah.
what are we even doing?
PR's always been great for the Blazers too. By
Yeah.
the way.
I would also like
He
to-
was a PR guy?
Yeah, he was
like
a PR guy. I would also like to point out that guy that they fired, he got hired when they fired Jim Taylor, who was one of the longtime PR guys and a really good dude at the Portland Trailblazers and had been there for like 20 plus years. But it wasn't devastating when Jim got fired and they brought in this guy, but it was devastating when they fired him. It's a joke.
Can I ask a question, though?
It's a joke.
When you buy sports tickets,
Yeah.
because I get what they're saying here,
Yeah.
but is there such a thing as buying American sports tickets and getting any sort of value?
I don't believe so.
It just doesn't, like, sports tickets are you just have to pay the fee.
No.
You're not getting a deal.
Well, this is like in the NFL. If you buy season tickets for the NFL, you pay not for 17 games, you pay for 20. And by the way, those preseason games, which are required for you to buy season tickets, they are not discounted. That is a full price ticket. And most places now in the NBA, Major League Baseball, they're doing dynamic ticket pricing to where when you buy your tickets, it costs you more when the Dodgers come to town than it does when the Rockies come to town.
Yeah.
That is not the same ticket.
Yeah. So I mean, I just don't think it exists where it's like, wow, I got a great deal on my Blazers season ticket. No, they're going to bend you over.
Yes.
And you're going to pay for it because you want to be at the games.
Yeah.
And that's the price you pay.
Yeah. But, look, I get it in some of these packages. If I bought the tickets and I wasn't paying attention to what games there were, I might be a little annoyed that I bought a preseason package. But at the same time, you should probably look at when the regular season starts and realize that you're buying a preseason game. Just maybe.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm still thinking about partying with, Miriam?
Miriam Adelson, yeah.
Yeah.
And her husband's name was...
Yeah, he's dead.
He did die?
Because it looks like the son-in-law
That's right.
is now serving as the team's governor.
And what was his name?
I don't know, but she's worth like
Sheldon.
She's worth like $34 billion.
Yeah, Sheldon Adelson. He was like Mr. Vegas.
Yeah. 34. I'm just exploring the studio space. Right now. She's got some people in the Cougar Den.
She does look really good, though.
For her age, absolutely. It's a lot of money there. She's 80 years old.
80, yeah.
Oh, gosh. She's from Tel Aviv, by the way.
She sure is.
Yeah.
She's Palestinian.
She's a physician, too. She's a physician, businesswoman, and philanthropist.
Badass woman.
Ah, yeah. She's the bee's knees. 80 years old. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
what? Are you ready?
What do we got?
Are you sitting down?
Yeah, I am. I am sitting. Watch this. Boom.
Watch this. Boom. This was on Yahoo Sports yesterday.
Okay.
And I instantly thought of you. I don't know why they printed this. I think it's just, again, off season.
Sure. What else you do?
Let's just try to make stuff up. And,
Sure. Throw it against the wall. See what
Right.
sticks.
And the headline reads, Blazers-Lakers trade makes so much sense.
Oh. Can't wait to see what trade this is. Do we get Luka? Tell me we get Luka and all we have to give up. Well, we're not giving up Klingon. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, and Young had a good summer league, so I don't know if I want to throw him in there.
So-
to be honest.
Oh, look, I'm willing to trade for Luka, but Klingon's off the table. Can't do that. And I'm going to say no Denny either. Whoa. I'll tell you what, I'm willing to give up Scoot or Shaden, but not both.
And definitely not Dame either.
No.
It's out of the question.
No. What do we got?
So the Blazers made a surprising deal with the Grizzlies just before the start of free agency, acquiring Ja Morant from Memphis in exchange for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray.
Yeah.
If the Blazers want to make another move between now and the start of the training camp that they could make a big splash with,
Yeah.
they would acquire
Tell me we get Bronny. Tell me we get Bronny. Tell me we get Bronny.
Bronny James
Yes! Yes!
and Jared Vanderbilt
Yes!
for Vit Krishkizgi and Young Hansen.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I will say this. I'm only willing to trade Young Hansen to bring in Bronny James.
bring in Bronny James.
What do you think about that?
Dude, you have no idea how tight my sports pants are right
The
now.
Blazers need another 6'2 guard, so yeah, throw him in there.
6'1".
You're forgetting the best part of the deal. It's Jared Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Oh, the guy who can't shoot, can't
Well,
score.
he's a forward.
Man, I'm just look. I don't care.
mean, you had forward.
You had me at Bronny James. Now I am disappointed that we're giving up the big white flag. But
Would you trade Young
But we're getting Bronny James
for Bronny in a package for Bronny?
You play the long game because you hope LeBron then opts out and then wants to play with Bronny again, so he
Yeah.
comes to Portland.
This is where we're at in the offseason for these trades.
I instantly thought of you.
Bronny James and Young Hansen.
And Jared Vanderbilt.
Yes.
And Veet.
And Veet.
And Veet.
Or Vit.
Veet.
My favorite
Right.
part is I remember when Veet or Vit, whatever the hell that guy's name is, when he got dealt, Durden Sprague had a guy on from Atlanta to talk about the trade. And the guy literally, he's been in Atlanta for like 15 years. And he goes, to be honest with you guys, when you told me that I was coming on to talk about this trade, I had to look up who this was. I wasn't certain if he was playing or not. That's how bad that was. He's like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're getting him. And then we had to be like, well, he can shoot. Yeah, he's such a valuable piece. So
the Lakers need Young.
Yeah.
Because they need bigs.
They need bigs.
And he could actually maybe play there.
Can he?
Well, they don't have anybody else. They don't have anybody else.
He can't.
They have Kessler.
Have you seen the white flag
Well,
play?
again, tell me the Lakers centers. And tell me he can't crack that.
So Vanderbilt, who gave you 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, man, I'd be excited about him.
Blazers wanted him a couple years ago.
Yeah. Well, he used to be pretty good. Remember, he was in Minnesota with Mike and Nori.
Yeah.
And so he
can tap into that 4-point average.
Right.
Well, the Blazers have 18 guards that are going to score all the points. They don't need points.
Hey guys, now to be fair, when he was in Minnesota, he averaged 5 points one year.
Right.
5.4.
The Blazers need another non-shooter too.
So he can really tap in.
I love everything.
But
about
he's
it.
lengthy.
I like this.
Good defender.
Yeah. Look, can we get back to Bronny James?
And you get Bronny.
You get Bronny, who's
That's-
another Suke's at 6'1" guard.
I get a 6'1" guard
He can't even play point guard.
that can't shoot and really can't defend, but my God.
So do you want to hear their reasoning?
Yeah. I am a little disappointed because my dream would be to have Bronny and the Yang Bong on the same squad because you want to talk about, well, Bronny James was the white flag for the Lakers. When Bronny came in the game, it was over. Can you imagine if we ran out a white flag unit of Young Hansen and Bronny James? My God, there has never been a more powerful statement in the NBA that this game is over. If you ever watching a game, you're like, hey, should I turn this off? You're like, oh my God, they're putting in Bronny and the big white flag. You're like, I can move on to something else.
The Blazers still view Young as a long-term prospect, and they could have patience for him. Signing Robert Williams to a 3-year contract is a sign that he will likely be roadblocked from the rotation. Plus, Donovan Clingan is due a long-term extension. Moving on from him to acquire Jared Vanderbilt gives the team a true power forward option that they currently don't have.
That's a true power forward option?
The team will likely have a few players work themselves into that power forward role, but none are as smooth a fit as Vanderbilt, who played 65 games for the Lakers last year, averaging 4.4 points and 4.5 rebounds. He also has experience playing for new head coach Micah Nori. In this deal, the Blazers also get Bronny, who is a low-risk, high-reward option that is bound to attract interest from fans in a low-cost fashion. Blazers owner Tom Dundon has expressed a liking towards these types of investments where it doesn't burn a hole in his pocket, but it is extracted from all the value that it's worth.
Now the question becomes, are the Panda brothers, or I guess the Panda husband and wife, are they going to let the big tariff out of the door?
No, they're joining the Iger group.
Yeah, it's not happening.
They're vetoing this trade as fast as possible.
It says Bronny likely wouldn't play much for the Blazers, but this wouldn't necessarily be entirely a basketball move. The team has Damian Lillard, Ja Morant, Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, and Shaedon Sharpe ahead of him in the rotation, so Bronny would not get in the game unless
That's it? They only have those guys ahead of him?
unless it was garbage time. The Blazers would be over the tax after this trade, but cutting Micah Potter, who has a partially guaranteed contract, would get them back to under the tax.
What are we doing?
Vanderbilt, $12.4
This is
million.
real? Like someone
Yeah,
wrote this?
someone wrote this. This is
Has to be AI.
no. This is blah, blah,
Wow.
bloop, bloop.
Someone sat down and
Jeremy Brenner.
Jeremy Brenner sat down and said, I need to write a whole article about Bronny James's depth chart potential on the Blazers.
Well,
now,
it's-
as someone points out, is this possible that this move is to facilitate Bronny James getting a second job at Nike?
Ooh.
Because I'll tell you what, if Bronny was working the counter at the Nike employee store,
That's a good get.
It might be good for business.
It's a good get.
Tell you what, how many people would want to go there? I don't go to the employee store as much as I used to. They went from 50 down to 40%. Nike's stock is struggling a little bit. All of a sudden, hey, you go to the employee store. Who checks you in? Bronny James. Now this is on non-game nights only. There may be something to this. God, the NBA offseason is a magical place. Just when you thought it couldn't get any dumber, they give you this. But hey, Vandy up front, a legitimate power forward prospect.
Well, he's not a prospect. He's a little older, but
I know,
he does slide in there. Someone texts, if they make this trade, I will change my tune and actively campaign for the Blazers to leave the city.
This is so good. I love it.
Don't do that, guys. They're not trading Young.
Articles? No, the Panda people won't let that happen. Young ain't going anywhere. He's there. I still go back to the press conference when is it the Changs? Is it Peggy and her husband? I want to say it was the Changs. When someone asked,
it's Churng. CHERNG.
Okay, the Churns. Peggy and I forget the husband's name. But I remember at the press conference, someone asked the husband,
Billy Bob.
Andrew,
why he got, and by the way, that's not his name. I'd just like to point that out. He just,
Well, we don't need to point that out.
Google says Andrew.
Yeah, it's Andrew.
My father-in-law is named Mamuru, and he's like, you can call me Mark. It's a little easier that way. When they asked him why he joined the group, he kind of dropped one of these. Well, Tom called me and they got Yang. They got the Yang Hansen guys. So I just love that that dude spent how many millions simply because they had Yang Hansen. He ain't going anywhere.
Well, I thought you would enjoy that.
I did.
Brought that to your attention.
That made me happy.
Bronny for Young. And Vanderbilt. And Veet. Big trade. All right.
The final piece of the Blazer offseason has come to fruition.
More Pat McAfee news next.
The
As Steven says, this does kind of sound like Pat McAfee, although this is copyright free, of course.
This is Rump Roast, though.
We could never play Pat McAfee.
No. Rump Roast, on the other hand. Have at it.
We will.
Yeah.
And we do.
Yes.
Proudly.
So someone mentioned on the text line, Dundon knows if he trades Yang, he loses the other owners the money coming in from China and merch sales. You know how much money the NBA makes from China?
Oh, I'm guessing
Have you ever seen that number?
Butt ton.
Yeah, they make like $5 billion a year. Billion a year.
Yeah.
Which makes up, maybe that's not a year. I think they said China makes up like 10% of NBA revenue. So that wouldn't be a year. They don't make $50 billion.
Oh, look.
But each team, so they slice that up per team.
Said it makes somewhere between 10 to 15% of the NBA's total global revenue.
Yeah, that's what I just said. But $5 billion would not be annual.
No.
Because I don't think the NBA makes that much.
NBA China operates on a separate subsidiary valued at approximately $4 to $5 billion a year.
Yeah, so
where
NBA
they hold a majority ownership stake.
NBA China is its own thing.
Yeah.
But they split up the money per team.
Yeah.
The Blazers get a ton of money from China.
Yes. Well, anytime the NBA pisses off China, it's cute because then they have to go back and apologize. Everyone does this. Like, it's so weird in that Hollywood does this, sports do it. We all dance around and China kind of flexes its muscles and then we are like, well, human atrocities and worker conditions and communism, like, bah. And then China gets mad and we're like, oh, sorry, we want your money. Like the last Top Gun that they made, Top Gun Maverick, they had to change the enemy in it to a nondescript enemy. They didn't mention a country. Like the country that they're fighting is just a generic country. And the back of Tom Cruise's jacket that he had in there, it's got military patches on it. And one of those, from the first one, was the Taiwanese, who are our allies. Guess who didn't like that? China. So guess what digitally got edited out of the movie? Tom Cruise's patch on the back of his jacket. Because this happens all the time. So when someone brings up China in the NBA that they don't like when LeBron did it, all of a sudden China's like, yeah, you better shut up. And everyone shuts up because there's so much money coming out of there.
I went back and I listened to Andrew Turnick when he talked about how he got involved, and it was literally because of Young Hansen.
Yes.
That was why. Yeah. That was the only reason. He knew nothing about it. He goes, I don't really know anything about it. China. But they have a prospect.
Yes. They got Young Hansen, so here's $80 million or $100 million or whatever they put in. They're like, that kid ain't going anywhere. I don't care. Bronny James or not, the big tariff is staying right where he's at because Panda Money wants him there.
What if they just play him no matter how good or bad he is?
It'd be amazing.
I'd hate it.
For 20 years.
Gouge my eyes out right now.
They just keep shoving him out there.
Would you want the team to leave?
Yeah.
At that point?
I would. I would love to not have to watch that team.
More Pat McAfee news.
Ooh.
I don't know if you saw.
Can't get enough.
Well, you're not going to get enough.
No.
Because Pat McAfee is now joining Monday Night Countdown.
He is literally on every single thing that they have.
And I want you to know, because I never know who's on all these shows, but I looked it up. That now means that Pat McAfee and Jason Kelsey are on the same set.
Yes. Yes.
So you want to know what I won't be watching on Monday nights? Even though we're on the air, so that's, thankfully, Monday Night Countdown. Yeah.
So he will go from Saturdays, and then I don't know if he has any duties on Sunday, but then he will be on. So he will be on there too, the main football shows. Mm-hmm. He will be on. He'll be there Saturday mornings and then there for the Monday nights.
And then he has his radio show.
Then he has his radio
whatever
show.
They call that. Is that a TV show? Or is that a podcast?
It's simulcast.
It's a podcast.
Simulcast.
He's got that every day.
Yes.
Who's going to win the bro off between him and Jason Kelsey?
Boy, that's tough.
Big bro off.
That is going to be tough. I mean, Herbie does it. Herbie does college and the NFL stuff. So.
I think McAfee's more of a bro.
Yes.
Kelsey's older.
Yeah. McAfee is more of a bro. 100%. But
he's the broiest of bros.
Together they will the bro off will be potent. I'll tell you that right now. Bros everywhere will be getting sports woodies over those two coming together. Look, ESPN, I don't know it's because they only pay like 4 people, but someone brought this up. I forget who. It might have been Trey Wingo that did this. Because obviously when McAfee made the announcement today again.
Wait, he's not still at ESPN, is he?
No, he's not. So someone obviously was unhappy, and so people were like, blasting him and be like, my God, how much of this can you take? And Wingo, I believe it was Trey Wingo, brought it up. He said, look, the only people to blame for ESPN's oversaturation is you, because they have the same 3 or 4 people because the numbers bear it out. They're like, if this didn't work and people didn't watch, they wouldn't do this. But there's been no negative consequence to ESPN for shoving the same 3 or 4 people down your throat. So right now they pay Pat McAfee a lot of money, more so than anyone else. And when Pat is on there, it draws attention and eyeballs and people talk about it. So until people decide to vote by not watching, that's the Stephen A. Smith thing. Everyone says they hate Stephen A.
Caitlin Clark is white.
And yet the numbers would tell you otherwise.
Trey Wingo, by the way, he runs his own digital media brand
Yeah.
and hosts his own podcast.
Oh.
Do you know what it's called?
I'm guessing the Trey Wingo show.
Straight Facts, homie.
Oh, I like Trey Wingo. But he always does like media commentary, and he's critical of ESPN, but I thought this one was one of those, it was a valid point. Like, you can hate Pat McAfee, but
I don't hate Pat McAfee.
I don't either. But a lot of people are starting to get the blowback and the Kelsey blowback, and he kind of pointed out at ESPN you have to beat someone over the head with it. ESPN will drive this into the ground.
Well, they don't know what else to do.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
They've been throwing crap against the wall for years, trying to figure something out. And now they finally got a couple personalities. They pay them a bunch of money and put them everywhere.
Yes.
Like, what else are we going to do?
Yeah.
It's not like they have interesting shows or content otherwise.
So at this point, ESPN is basically...
Am I wrong?
No. ESPN is Stephen A. It's not. It's Scott Van Pelt, it's Stephen A. Smith, it's Jason Kelsey, and it's Pat McAfee.
What a Mount Rushmore.
That's your...
Only one likable guy on there.
Power rank those guys.
Oh, SVP.
Van Pelt. And
Number one.
It's not even close. And believe it or not, I think McAfee is too. And then I would say Kelsey.
Well, what do we just McAfee 2 is in like
who we like?
Who you want to hang out with?
I just
No,
in
just
general.
who we like, yeah.
Who
McAfee
I would want
would be 2.
McAfee would be 2, Kelsey would be 3, and Stephen A. Smith would be dead last.
Huh.
I
don't disagree at all.
I find Stephen A. Smith to be deplorable. I think he's a race baiter. The political stuff, and he doesn't watch. I'll say this about McAfee. McAfee pays attention. Yeah, you can say that McAfee's broy.
I
all
just have
this.
always preferred the whites.
I think Pat McAfee pays attention, and Stephen A. Smith does not. Stephen A. Smith, and we talk about all kinds of stuff, but when we talk about soccer, if I talk about women's basketball, I'm the first one to admit I've been to one WNBA game this year, and I've seen probably 3 in some shape or form on TV. But Stephen A. Smith will talk about the WNBA and the treatment of certain players, and he hasn't watched a lick.
Hey, fun fact. You want a fun fact?
Yeah.
Kelsey, younger than McAfee.
Is he really?
Yeah, by a year.
Okay.
McAfee is Stevie Fire's age in there, 39.
Look at that.
Kelsey only 38.
Okay.
And yet McAfee far more broy.
100%.
Bro.
Far more broy.
So, all I ask is that if you're going to talk like an expert, you don't have to be an expert, but be knowledgeable. Don't talk to me about a defensive coordinator not getting credit. And by the way, it's because he was a black defensive coordinator, about how he's not getting the credit when he's had cancer and he hasn't been a defensive coordinator all year. That happened during the Super Bowl. Stephen A. Smith literally went on an ESPN platform, their biggest one, and was railing about a defensive coordinator not getting credit that hadn't been there all year. And that's on top of the Hunter Henry thing. Whenever he does boxing or UFC, it's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. And maybe they're just stretching him too thin, but then just be a personality, but don't pretend that you know what you're talking about. Stick to the NBA. He's knowledgeable about the NBA, but that other stuff is embarrassing. I think when I listen to McAfee at least sounds intelligent. It's broy, but it's broy intelligent, because I think McAfee pays attention.
All right, the Gobbler is next. Are some NFL players headed back to college? When we return.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Seattle Seahawks signing another cornerback today. It's Trayvon Diggs, a former Cowboy. The other day it was Terrion Arnold, but they are expecting him to be punished with his ongoing legal problems, so Diggs may step in pretty soon over Arnold. Texas wide receiver Jaden Higgins, he suffered a torn ACL. He's going to be out for the entire season. Saints running back Alvin Kamara, he's expected to be sidelined for at least the next month due to a sprained MCL. Defensive tackle Vita Vea and the Bucs, they have reached agreement today. 1-year extension for $30 million. It'll tie him to stay with the Bucs for 2 more seasons as he gets $6 million in new money. Vea asked for a trade earlier this offseason. Former Oregon State and current Seahawks running back Anthony Hankerson, he's won a suit for a 5th year of eligibility. He could enter the portal, stay in the NFL, or go back to Oregon State. And Dallas Wings guard AZ Fudd, she is going to undergo a procedure on her injured knee. She's going to miss the remainder of the season. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan.
All right, welcome back. It's time for the Gobbler. Let's talk a little college football here.
Can we talk about how good Oregon is?
I have them number 1.
More of a 2 guy, but I could see him being number 1. I mean,
Right, I'm with AP Poll. Got him 2, but I could see him 1, maybe even 3.
I don't know if you saw this, but, Dan Lanning,
3.
preseason coach of the year.
By who?
AP or whatever, Sporty News or something. How do you have I just saw the headline today. How do you have a preseason coach of the year? How does that work?
Isn't that just whoever wins the championship? Like, that's who you think's going to win the title?
What
an opportunity.
I was not aware of a preseason coach of the year award until today, but apparently there is. And Dan Lanning.
Who's your coach, the preseason coach of the year? Sue?
Kalani Sitake.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I want to ask Dan Lanning if he's going to frame that. Do you print out a certificate, for being the preseason coach of the year?
No,
we spin to win.
Everyone's against them because they're number 2. A lot of doubters.
Yeah, a lot of doubters.
One SEC, I'll get to this in a second, but one SEC staffer said Oregon has dollar bills floating out of their ass.
That's quite the scene. Just now, would you want an ass bill though?
Right in the butt.
To be honest with you, I'm not taking a dollar. I'm not taking an ass dollar. Now, an ass 20.
I was going to say 20 is probably the minimum, right?
I'll take an ass 20.
What about an ass C-note?
Yeah, well, duh. I'll take an ass C-note all day. But if you told me there was an ass 5, I'm going to need to know whose ass.
I was saying, does it matter whose it is?
It does matter whose ass. Look, if I'm happen to be enjoying an honest plate of spaghetti, maybe an ass dollar or 5 might be something, but in general, I think the minimum is $20. So the question becomes, does Oregon have ass 20s or do they have ass dollars? Those are 2 entirely different things.
Well, I'll tell you what the guy said here in a minute.
Okay.
But first I want to tell you that, and Steven had it in his sports snort there, we've got NFL players now going back to college.
Yes, we do. We talked about this while you were gone.
This is the latest lawsuit, and there are 16 plaintiffs, including Oregon State running back Anthony Hankerson, and he rushed for over 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah.
And there were 3 starters off of Ole Miss's team, Daquan Wright, Xavier Harris, and Wadette Williams. And those guys all signed with NFL teams. All 16 of the players signed with NFL teams, but they all were granted a temporary restraining order today.
Yep.
To return to college for 1 more season. They are on NFL rosters, and if the NFL teams release them by September 1, they will be allowed to join a college roster under this restraining order.
Yeah, so the NCAA granted the 5 for 5. And so when that happened, it freed up this. You were gone, and there was I believe it was the Longhorns.
Yeah, Texas Longhorns offensive lineman.
His name was like Colt Hudson or Hudson, something like that. And he was their most experienced guy. He wasn't a full-time starter over the last 4 years, but he had started like 36 games and had played a bunch. And I think he started like 9 games last year. So he graduates and he goes undrafted, and he signed with the Cowboys and I want to say like the Ravens, and was in camp for both of them. And then they cut him right before training camp, and he didn't have anywhere else to go. So he sued the NCAA. And while that lawsuit was going through the motion, the NCAA granted the 5 for 5. And so he's back at Texas. He was a Dallas Cowboy and I believe a Baltimore Raven, and he is now back. He will start for the Texas Longhorns, which is just bizarre.
Former South Carolina safety DQ Smith, LSU linebacker Jack Pyburn, James Madison linebacker Trent Hendrick, Notre Dame defensive lineman Junior Tui Halamaka.
Sure. Old Halimaka.
Are other players who joined the suit. So that's wild.
It's so bizarre. Like, the NCAA is a joke. I get it, but this crap is ridiculous. Like, this is where I feel bad for him, kinda, in that this is just anarchy. How the hell are you in an NFL camp, or in this case, 2? Like, I mean, I played 5 years, so I mean, back I couldn't have, but the idea that after the Broncos, like, mini camp, I can just be like, hey, BYU, I'd like to come back. It just...
Kind of a nice luxury to have.
At some point, you got to have some common sense.
So is Hankerson going back to Oregon State then?
I don't know.
He can do whatever he wants. He's with the Seahawks right now.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, so he's still in their camp. He's survived a cut. He's still on the roster for Seattle, but like you said, if he gets released, he can go back to Oregon State and go, but probably hit the portal, I would guess.
Yeah.
Some team that looks at their roster and their camp, and they're like, man, we kind of need some running back depth. We can use a guy who ran for 1,000 yards the last 2 seasons.
What a strange world that you're just waiting to see if you make the team, and if you don't, you can go back and play college.
And make decent money doing it. I'm sure a guy like Hankerson's going to be pushing $1 million, 7 figures.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
if he goes to a Power 4 school.
he'll get paid. It's more than being on a practice squad.
Right.
So
I was going to say, what do you make if you stick?
I think practice squad now is 16 a week. So what's 16,000 times 17 weeks? And remember, that's not all guaranteed. So when you're although practice squads are a lot bigger. So when I was on the practice squad, like
272.
272. He'll make more than that being in college. So I'll bet you he'll get at least $500,000 to go play somewhere. So but at the same time, you're not you start in your NFL career, but there is more money to be had if he decided to go back. And I wonder right now if him and his agent are sniffing around programs. Like, hey.
I would imagine. I mean, a good agent should be doing that.
It's 272. Now, if you make the NFL roster, then that's different. It starts you get a year worth of experience towards your pension and all that. So, but chances are he's not making the roster. He'll be a practice squad guy. So it's something to keep an eye on.
So let's talk money.
And someone's saying our question about the Ducks' ass and where that money's coming from. The correct answer is Uncle Phil's ass, which is correct. So therein lies the question: what bill would you take out of Uncle Phil's ass?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going 100.
Yeah.
I don't like $50 bills. I was talking about this with somebody the other day.
You're turning down an ass 50?
No, I'd take it, but I just don't like $50 bills.
Yeah, it's a little clunky. You'd rather have the 20.
I'd take the 20 just for the story. I had it from Phil Knight.
Yeah. Now you don't spend it. You put that in a frame.
Right, I'd frame that one.
Yeah. Look, I'm taking an ass.
Which is the worst bill? A $10 bill or a $50 bill?
10s are useless.
Not, boy, I'll tell you what. I don't like carrying 10s or 50s.
10s could be tips.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
50s are...
The 50's clunky.
Yeah.
The 50's clunky. I mean, obviously, you'd rather have the 50s.
If you have $100, would you rather have 5 20s or 2 50s? See, I'd rather have
5 20s.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Whenever you do the little ATM and you're out, you never take 50s.
Well,
ever.
Mine only spits ATMs. Or, oh my God. Mine only spits 50s.
Really?
Yeah, 50s or 20s.
What sort of bastard ATM do you have?
I know. I've talked to him a million times about this. I'm like, why can you not put C notes? I'm a baller. I can't have 50s.
Interesting.
I can't be peeling out a... We're going to be in Vegas. You think I'm going to peel out a roll of 50s?
Chase will give you the option. You can go all the way down to fivers.
Absurd.
You get the 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s. Whatever you
Really?
want. Yeah.
That's a good bank.
Yeah.
That's better than my bank.
Yeah, it's a little thing, and that they give you the option.
On point is the same
start
thing.
my own bank.
On point, you can choose your bills what you want.
I don't think you are.
Well, I need,
Money.
yeah.
Someone is saying the 10s are the least counterfeited bill.
Is that right?
So that would mean that the 10 is the most worthless bill. If the counterfeiters aren't touching it, that means no one wants the 10.
Right.
No one's. So the 1 is more counterfeited than the 10? Boy, isn't that something?
That is. You don't see a lot of 10s anymore.
No. Well, you don't see a lot of cash, period. I mean, there's so many places now that are like, they don't even take your cash. All the sports arenas.
Yeah, arenas don't take them.
They won't take it at all. A lot of restaurants now I see, no cash. It's
I take it still. So if you want to give your cash, I'll take it.
Venmo.
yeah.
Cash App. My Cash App got suspended. So
What'd you do?
I was collecting like money from fantasy football and gambling and stuff, and they said you can't do gambling on here
How do they know that?
because they'd write the comments like, "Hey, where's my winnings?" Like, "Oh, you win."
Really?
Yeah.
So if they just faked in the comments, like put like a stake or something?
I think I also may have Cash Apped for maybe some Bitcoin to
drugs.
Yeah, to deposit into some offshore accounts.
What are you up to?
Boy, I'll tell you what, there's a whole thing in there.
Yeah.
Dude, Stevie's in. He's got
What
some
are
weird,
you up to?
He's got some weird
Some
stuff.
of the offshore sports books want like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you did it through that?
yeah, and then they got mad at me and they said, "Well, you can't use Cash App anymore." Gambling.
Boy, I'll tell you what. He's got a dark. There's
Yeah.
dark stuff happening in there.
I think that's right.
Yeah. And I've met Uncle Harold. He's there.
I think it's a whole
Oh,
family.
by the way, he got a cigar cutter.
Finally,
Yeah, he finally got one. It was big news at the Ward household.
did I shame him into one?
I think you did. I think you probably listened to the pod and said, "Man, why don't I have a cutter?"
I will never forget going over to the Stevie. Well, it was Coach Vaughn's birthday.
Coach Vaughn's Uncle Harold's
Yes.
place, palace.
And I was like, "Oh, we're doing cigars." I was like, "I have some cigars in the car." He's like, "I got you right here." And I asked for a cutter, and you would have thought I farted in his face.
How dare you?
He looked right at me and he was disgusted. I was like, "What, are we just biting?" And he's like, "Yeah."
But yeah, I mean, fine. So now he has one. It's
Oh.
big breaking news.
That's big news. By the way, that's fake news about the 10. Now, the 10 does not get counterfeited, according to AI, but they said no one counterfeits the $1 or the $2 bill, so much so that they don't even update the security features. Don't even bother with it.
So
Okay.
we need to figure out.
If
how
you-
to
yeah,
do
why
that.
don't we just
If you were going to counterfeit something, counterfeit the $1 bill on here. It says the $1 and the $2 bill does not have security updates and would actually be way easier to counterfeit, but no one does it because of the cost to set everything up to do it. The return just isn't worth it. So,
Right, you need a lot of money to get it going.
yes.
And then you're getting twos.
Now, the most faked bill is not the 100, it is the 20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. There
Big
you go.
old
That's
forehead on that bill.
That's everything you want to know. Soon to have a new signature on it. Every bill.
So CBS has a story. They pulled more than 50 industry sources. This is a mix of Power 4 athletic directors, general managers, personnel executives, salary cap experts, agents, and boosters.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of piecing this together because there's no official numbers, but they have put together the list of the $40 million or more football rosters for the upcoming season.
Yes. I have heard whispers. I can't confirm because no one will confirm anything. The Oregon roster is, if it's not the most expensive roster in the country, it's the most expensive roster in the country. All those guys did not come back for team-friendly deals. They ponied up.
So a front office staffer at one school included on this list said their roster spend is up 50%
Yeah.
in 2026 compared to 2024.
Yeah.
Teams double-dipped when collective dollars and rev share dollars collided for a short window last year, but the salaries never dropped after that period ended. They've only spiked. So here's the thing. If you have this says This is one power forward general manager. He said, if you have a pretty comfortable chunk of players that are solid, but then you have 6 to 7 high dollar kids, it is not hard to be in the $40 million range. No. That adds up quickly. As one SEC front office staffer explained, there are a few schools that are in their own category. It appears to be, hey, if you want to come for the most money, that's where you go. They have money coming out of their ass.
Phil's ass.
Those schools, there are 5 schools he listed.
Yeah. Texas.
That's one of them.
Ohio State.
No.
No.
Believe it or not, no.
Okay. Texas A&M.
Yes.
Oregon.
Correct.
LSU.
No.
No.
Although they are expected to be more than $40 million. These are maybe the potentially $50 million rosters.
Notre Dame?
No. You're missing 2. One is in the Big Ten, one is in the ACC.
Michigan?
No.
Really?
This is a surprise.
Indiana?
No.
Huh.
This is a surprise.
Penn State?
USC.
Oh, you forget about USC.
And then Miami.
Because USC stepped up their spending. Yeah, Miami was a no-brainer. Huh.
So here are the schools they list at more than $40 million. LSU. They got Jordan Seaton, the offensive tackle.
Yep. That was a bidding war.
There are several sources projecting that LSU's roster could be over $50 million this year.
Yeah.
They got Sam Levitt and all that. Miami with Darian Mensah. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame with C.J. Carr. Ohio State with Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah. And saying's not cheap either.
Oregon with Dante Moore. It says, when Oregon and Miami walk in with dollar bills floating out of their ass, you have to out-eval people or you're going to get beat, said one SEC front office staffer.
Yeah.
And then Texas and Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Now, under 40, but close, are Georgia, Michigan, Ole Miss, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then the ones that are actually more bargain shoppers.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Okay.
Now, they still have a $30 million roster.
Sure.
I'm a baller. Thank you. Indiana, Alabama, believe it or not.
Yeah, Alabama does not have the money that they once had.
And, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
So everybody thinks Texas Tech's way up there. They're actually not.
Yeah. I mean, they're
in terms of spending.
Yeah, for the Big 12, they're up there. I mean, there's no other Big
Yeah.
12 team that's sniffing them, but yeah, compared to the big boys.
So they're supposed to be in the $30 million range.
Look, I don't like throwing around numbers because I can't verify any of them, but I have heard a number from a couple different people about Oregon's roster that it goes way beyond 40. Like and you start doing some math, and I never know what to make of these because you hear that this guy's getting 7, this guy's getting 5, and then Jeremiah Smith's like, well, someone offered me 11, and some of that is just braggadocious bluster. But I think Oregon's roster is closer to 60 than it is 40. Again, don't know that. But if you ask me which one is it closer to, I would say it's closer to 60.
Whoa. Well, you better win a title.
Well, think about this. If Dante Moore isn't the most expensive quarterback in the country, he's one of the top 3, right? He was going to be the number 2 or number 3 overall pick. Do you think he came back for less than $5 million?
No.
No.
He's probably at 6.
He's probably at 6 or 7 million, right? And then
Raiola cost him some money too.
Raiola cost him some money. You don't think that keeping? I'm not saying going out and getting guys like Jalen Lott and Ben Griffin, the freshman. What did it cost to keep DeCorian Moore? You think DeCorian Moore just
$3 million
played for free?
$4 million, $3 million.
And then you had your 2 backs that you had to go out and pay because a bunch of your other backs transferred.
$1.5 million.
Sure,
maybe 2.
And then you went out and got the Jeremiah Johnson, who was your tight end, who's probably going to be the number 1 tight end.
He's a couple mil.
You went out and got the former 5-star transfer from Penn State. That's probably $1 million.
Who's that?
That is is it Marcus Dixon? I think is the tight end that they got from Penn State. But really, where you're going to get really killed here is Mateo, Bear, Amari Washington, and Tuioti. All were going to be first or second round NFL picks.
That's probably a $15, $20 million line.
I would assume.
Valuations estimated for DeCorian Moore anywhere from $700,000 to $900,000.
Oh, is that all?
To like $1 million.
That's not what that.
And I'd agree. I think it's got to be a lot more to keep him there.
More.
So
more.
Look, I don't think those D linemen, especially Amari, and Mateo came back for $1 million. I just don't think they did.
100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
Brendan Finney cost money. You got the number one safety. It's an expensive roster, and then you have all the freshmen in the depth.
Well, let's see it. Put your money where your mouth is.
So it's a lot of cash.
Ducks.
A lot of cash.
There's your gobbler. Thank you. In the news is next. Would you get stuck upside down on a roller coaster for $275,000?
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Seattle Seahawks are making another cornerback signing. This time it's former Cowboy Trayvon Diggs. Earlier this week, they had signed Terrion Arnold, but they're expecting Arnold to be punished with his ongoing legal problems, so Diggs going to fill in right away. Texans wide receiver Jaden Higgins, he suffered a torn ACL. He's going to be out for the entire season. Saints running back Alvin Kamara, he's expected to be sidelined for at least the next month due to a sprained MCL. Defensive tackle Vita Vea and the Bucs, they have reached agreement today, a one-year extension for $30 million. It'll tie him to Tampa Bay for 2 more seasons. Vea gets $6 million in new money for this year. He had asked for a trade earlier this offseason. Former Oregon State, current Seattle Seahawks running back Anthony Hankerson, he won a suit today for a 5th year of eligibility in college. He could enter the transfer portal, go back to Oregon State, or stay in the NFL. Dallas Wings guard Azzi Fudd, #1 overall pick. This past year's draft, she's going to undergo a procedure on her injured knee. She's going to miss the remainder of the season. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Get a life, bro.
All right, welcome back. Time to move on. It is August 19, 2026. Time now for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Thank you. Thank you so much. Today is International Orangutan Day.
Oh, I love the orangutan.
In danger.
Is it in danger?
Yeah.
One of my favorite great apes.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool animal.
Oh, they're fantastic.
I mean, you know, if you go to the zoo and the orangutan's sitting there,
Yep.
I don't think there's much cooler in on the whole property
No,
than seeing that guy just sitting there with his sad face staring at you.
that's the only thing is that when you see one in captivity, their face is to me the most human-like,
Bums me out.
and
honestly.
that's a bummer. King Louie, of course, little Jungle Book action.
It is also National Hot and Spicy Food Day.
Well, who doesn't love that?
Well, I think a lot of people.
That's sad.
I love me some spice, though.
Absolutely. Within reason.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to go ghost pepper hot.
No. I once ate at a Thai cart, and I inadvertently insulted the owner, and he sent me a purpose pitch.
Inadvertently insulted?
When we were at the other place, the other building, there was a. Did you ever go down to those food carts?
Yeah, that's where...
Right off like Bancroft.
Well, yeah.
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 There were some really good ones down there. And there was a place called Let's Eat Thai. And I love that guy. I ate there 2-3 times a week. It's phenomenal.
Apparently you didn't. You insulted him.
Well, and the cashew chicken was unbelievable. And so it's 1 through 5, and I would always get a 3.
Incredible!
And I went there on like a Tuesday, and the guy knows me, and he would be all excited. He listened to the show. And he says, "What, you want your usual?" I said, "Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4,
cashew
5.
chicken." He said 3. I said 3. So we
1, 2,
got
3,
it,
4.
and it was good. And dare I say, it wasn't as warm as it normally is. I thought it was more like a 2. So I went like 2 days later, and the guy goes, "Oh, you're back." And he goes, "How was it?" And I made the mistake. I like to keep it spicy, man.
You told him.
I told him, "Watch this." I told him. And I wasn't rude about it. I just was like, I mentioned that it wasn't as spicy as it normally is.
So he popped it up for you.
And he kind of looked at me, and I realized I had stepped in it a little bit because I could see the look on his face. And I was like, I was so good. I'm like 3. I was not a 3. I didn't finish it. I think I got maybe 5 or 6 bites in, and I tapped out. He melted my face. I have no idea how anyone could possibly eat that. I like spicy food, and I didn't even dent.
That was certainly high and tight.
Yes, and the worst part is, like, the next week when I came back, he was waiting. Because when I rocked up there, he said, "Oh, Jason, how'd you like that? Was it spicy enough for you?" And I got the message. I got the message.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah. And I was like,
Thanks.
yeah.
Are you raising your voice at me?
Just
kind of seems illegal, doesn't it?
It seems a little much for, I mean.
Like, can you really
So
purposely make someone's food extra spicy? Because maybe they have a medical problem. You don't know.
I'm just telling you.
Maybe you could have got a lawsuit there.
Well,
Advocates.
I stopped eating. I remember that was the great Mike Lynch, and he looked at me and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I don't think I am." Sweat was pouring off my body. My nose was running. And the worst part is I was like, "Hey, do you want this? I can't eat it." He was like, "No." I was like, "No one should eat that." I went right in the trash.
A Portland jury has awarded $550,000 US to two teenage girls for their 25 terrifying minutes trapped upside down on Oaks Park's atmosphere ride.
Atmosphere?
Atmosphere.
Okay.
It's called Atmosphere. See what they did?
I see what they did.
This was back in 2024. They were, at the time, 13 and 14 years old.
I remember we covered the story.
Yes, we did.
Absolutely.
And they are now saying years of psychological and physical trauma.
Was there years of psychological trauma?
So they wanted $2 million.
Yeah.
So it was a 3-day trial. Jurors heard harrowing testimony from the girls.
Oh, yes, harrowing.
Who were celebrating graduation. The teens, now 16, recalled the pain of blood pooling in their heads and faces, struggling to breathe, and the fear that the shoulder harnesses, bearing all their body weight, might suddenly pop open, sending them plunging 100 feet to their death.
Unbelievable support.
Now I will tell you what. $2 million seems like a lot, but I'll bet you in those moments, that's legitimate. Like, I don't know about the psychological torture afterwards, but I'll bet you. How long were they upside down for? It was like 20 minutes?
25 minutes.
That's no good. And being upside down that long can mess you up. Whoa. Like, they deserve money.
Whoa.
That's
in all, 28 people were on the ride. 9 sued, but 7 settled.
Yeah.
And we don't know those amounts. What are the other people doing? You're just leaving money on the table.
Whoa.
I'm a baller.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you doing?
You deserve something for that.
Yeah.
If you get stuck upside down for 25 minutes, you deserve something. I don't know about $2 million. I honestly think that 500, I think that's about, and that was 500 each.
No, they split it. So
split?
it's 275 each. Yeah, they didn't give them that much.
They didn't give them that much. I think that's a half. I would have given $500,000. I would have given $500,000 each. You're upside down. You're young. You probably can't go on roller coasters again. Probably the scariest thing that ever happened to you at that point. Maybe got some permanent height things now that you got to deal with. I'll give you $500,000 on that.
So they were the only 2 to go to trial. The lawyer for Oaks Park said they didn't take an ambulance ride to the hospital. They didn't go to the ER. They didn't seek medical attention. Thankfully, they were able to meet their parents and go home that same night. So they're saying, are they really hurt?
Well, again, there's some psychological stuff, but, you can't be trapping people upside down for a half hour, jackasses. Get your janky-ass ride in gear. And by the way, you're not paying that. Your insurance company is. Screw you. You know what? $1 million each. Just for the snarky attitude on that attorney.
Well, they did testify.
Exactly.
They testified that they had immediate bruising around their necks and soreness.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
They had nightmares, trouble sleeping. Both saw therapists for anxiety and depression.
Well, now we're getting into it.
One of them said she took medications for months but stopped after it made her feel numb to the world.
See, now we're laying it on them.
She says she's afraid to enter enclosed spaces such as elevators and airplanes where she feels she might become trapped or lose control of her circumstances.
I think it's about fair. They came out right. Did you see what the jury did in the homeless guy trial?
No.
Yeah.
Is this the
piss
throwing?
Wait.
So this is the homeless guy that broke into a business.
Yes.
But a guy was living there.
Yes.
And he had a jar of pee because he didn't have a bathroom, and he threw the pee at the homeless guy.
Yeah.
And then he pulled a gun on him and shot him
3 times.
Yes. And then the homeless guy sued.
Yes.
I think for $10 million.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
You got that right.
Is it over?
It's over.
Who won?
The jury.
Because that was a jury trial.
Jury
as well.
trial. The jury awarded the homeless burglar $0.
Really?
Yes.
Not a dime.
Not a dime. Amen. Turns out,
But he wore a tie.
He wore a tie. Somehow they got the streetmen cleaned up, and they had him wear a tie. And the jury, can I just say to the people on that jury, God bless you. You did Portland proud.
Wow.
We did not give a streetman $1 for. Remember, he cut through a fence.
Yep.
Ripped open a plywood covering, broke through a window, climbed in an old doggy door, then tried to rob the place, then got the piss thrown at him, and then instead of fleeing, he picked up some bolt cutters, upon which he got shot, and then thought he deserved $10 million.
Yeah, he said that the guy didn't handle
The break-in, probably.
the break-in.
Yes. Yes.
Which is a hell of an argument.
Dare I say, I'm actually a little shocked he didn't get anything.
I am too. I thought he was going to get something.
Not a penny. And they put him on the stand in his short sleeve shirt with his tie and his bad comb over, and they had him crying on the stand, and I was afraid for my life. Yeah, so was the guy that you broke in and picked up the bolt cutters. $0.
Coming up
which
next,
makes me happy.
Is Portland wasting $650,000 actually kind of a win? Next. All right, welcome back. This is In the News Aug 19, 2026. Your noted newsman here, news contributor Jason Skukenik over there.
By the way, they say hanging upside down after about 10 hours, you will experience serious issues.
Yeah.
And at 24 hours, death is on the table. So I know 25 minutes isn't that, but yeah, being upside down for these, I was kind of looking into it. Being upside down for more than 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes is about normal. And then you are going to experience serious discomfort. And then with each passing hour, it gets more and more serious. And yeah, after somewhere in that 24-hour range, you can get a stroke, blood clots, asphyxiation, all kinds of wonderful stuff. Whoa. Yeah, so just the idea of being upside down and stuck. I've never been upside down for any period of time, but it sounds like you don't want to be, like all that talk about 25 minutes and it being really awful, that seems to check out. You're not going to die after 25, but you are not going to be having a good time.
Well, you don't feel good. And also, the part about the harnesses breaking, that's undersold in this.
Yes.
When you're hanging upside down, you're like...
Well, the ride already broke.
Yeah.
And
so what if I just drop out of this harness?
Well, I would be thinking, okay, if it stopped and everything isn't working, what's to keep... I think those are like magnetic locks for that most part. What's to stop that thing from opening up if the ride is broken too? I'm guessing there are definitely some thoughts when you're up there 100 feet that you're like, well, I'm going to die. And if you're 16, you should not have to experience
They were 13 and 14.
You do not want to experience a I'm going to die moment when you're that age. I'm back to giving them the full $500,000 each.
As Portland faces budget shortfalls year after year, local investigators have determined insufficient contract management has come with a hefty price tag.
Oh, yeah, I saw this one.
In a report uncovered on Wednesday, the city auditor's office found that a lack of planning has led to officials contracting staff who are ill-equipped to carry out the tasks they were hired for. Watchdogs revealed the city wasted roughly $650,000 in payments to a contractor that finalized a project a year after it was slated for completion.
Yes, then they had to go hire someone for $600,000 to complete the project that the first people got the money for and didn't do.
How about that?
So really they only wasted...
What a great gig.
Yeah, they wasted $600,000. Yeah, what happened to the people that were like, sorry. Oh, no. This is why working for the government's the best. But hey, just know the city council wants a return on their investment. Watch this. Why don't you figure out what the hell you're doing over there? How about that? You think anyone at the city cares about $600,000?
Well, like I said, I feel like that's, for Portland, that's like kind of a win.
A little bit. I guarantee that passed through the halls and everyone kind of went,
whatever.
600,000.
Oregon has one of the best small towns in America.
Oh, what do we got?
Any guesses?
Small towns. What constitutes small town?
Yeah, I think that would be under 30,000.
I have no idea what that would be. So, like, would one of the coast towns would Cannon Beach or what about Sisters? I like Sisters.
Good town. That is definitely under 30,000.
Because it's not Bend, but Sisters has a good vibe to it. Hood River, would that qualify?
It is indeed Hood River.
Oh, okay. Hood River's a nice little. I don't want to go there on a weekend because
Hood River's great,
but it's a nice little. You got some good hikes. It's great scenery. You got some good food going on.
A travel magazine is calling Hood River one of the best small towns in America, specifically the best small mountain town. Travel and Leisure released its spotlight of the 10 places with tiny populations but big hearts and outsized attractions.
Yeah, you gotta have that big heart.
Crowning the winners with monikers such as Best Small Beach Town, Best Small Food Town, Best Small College Town, and so forth. You have to be under 30,000 residents, and you must also excel in its category and offer a variety of activities, accommodations, and a timely reason to visit.
We, when my kids were little, we did the Mount Hood Railroad in Hood River, where they did like the Christmas train, or they did like Polar Express, Thomas the Tank Engine. Those were always fun. You know, that we always enjoyed doing that. And it's a good place. Like if you're on a bike, if you are on a vroom vroom, that's a fun little drive up the gorge. Go across the Bridge of the Gods and head out there. It's beautiful.
I'm actually intrigued now about best small college town, and I'm trying to find that for you here on the show. Here
Like
it is.
in Oregon?
No. This is Travel and Leisure. They did.
Oh, the best small college town in the country.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. The Hood River won best small mountain town.
Oh.
Best small college town, Oxford, Mississippi.
Is that Ole Miss?
Yeah.
That's considered a small town.
Yeah, it says Oxford has been called the cultural mecca of the South, and with a deep literary history, Michelin and James Beard recognized dining, and a downtown buzzing with small local businesses, it's clear that this isn't your average college town. Plan your trip for a fall weekend when the football team is playing at home, and you'll be cheering hotty toddy in no time.
I've heard it's an amazing place to go see a football game.
Ooh.
That's always one that I would like to go see a game at Ole Miss. When Wilcox was coaching at Cal, they were playing Ole Miss, and me and Josh were talking about maybe trying to head down there. Was it the Grove?
Yes.
Like kind of their
It's
little party area?
supposedly awesome.
Pretty much every SEC atmosphere seems awesome.
Bunch of hots.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I
Besides
heard
Vanderbilt.
Mississippi State maybe not so good.
Oh, God. I played at Mississippi State. You don't want anything to do with that.
The cowbell, it's pretty fun.
No, I'm telling you, that's the other side of the cultural time warp, my friend. Outside of UTEP, that might be the worst place I've ever played. That place sucks. Does Charlottesville, would that count?
Would it count as what?
Is that Virginia? Charlottesville?
Yeah.
That
I don't
was
know if that's under 30,000.
amazing. Like, if you're just going off of the town, because we didn't really get to see a lot, but we'd go in a day early and you got to look around campus a little bit. The University of Virginia's campus was amazing. The hots, just the vibe of that place, that place was awesome.
Yeah, that has too many people. 44 Gs. So they're right out.
Sorry about that.
How about best small sports town in the U.S.?
Green Bay?
That's good, but it's not under 30,000.
Oh. I have no idea, by the way, how many 30,000 people. Like, no clue.
Being from Kansas, where every town is small, I
Yeah.
have a great grasp on this.
I couldn't tell you, like, in Oregon, what is...
So under 30,000, well, let's just say over 30,000. Salem,
Yeah,
Portland,
sure.
probably Medford.
Really?
Yeah, and that's maybe it. I don't know. Trying to think of other towns.
Looking to see what our populations are in the cities. Because then, is it weird because we're going off of the city, or do we take the surrounding areas? Medford's got 82,000 people.
Yeah, so I was right.
Yeah.
So I think those would be the only ones over 30. Everything else would be smaller, wouldn't it?
Oregon
This says
City.
Corvallis has 62,000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
yeah, Eugene, of course.
We don't
yeah.
count any of these. Kaiser is too big. Lake O's too big. Grants
Oregon
Pass is
City
too big.
has
Oregon City's too
38,000.
big. McMinnville's too big.
Well, I think some of those are part of Portland proper. But yeah,
Tualatin.
Bend. I forgot about Bend.
Tualatin's under. Westland would be under. Woodburn.
McMinnville.
No, McMinnville's over.
Over.
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Newburgh, Roseburg would fit. Klamath Falls.
How big's Klamath Falls?
Sorry, I just passed Klamath Falls. 21 and some change. So Coos Bay, 16,000.
Best small sports town?
So you're in that range now when you're down at the Bay.
Yeah, Oak Grove, 16,000. Let's go.
Kohler, Wisconsin.
I have no idea what's in Kohler, Wisconsin.
Whistling Straits.
Oh, that's Whistling Straits, huh?
Gaff. Championship Gaff.
I can't say I knew that's. I knew it was in Wisconsin. I can't say I knew where that town was.
I guess Kohler's pretty kick-ass.
Lowest population in Oregon, Sheniko, 14.
14 people.
Yeah.
Cool.
We went to. Fan Man took me out to a crab feed. Is it Richland? And it was on the Idaho border. Boy, I'll tell you what. I don't know how many people were there, but it was.
Yeah, Richland.
How
They are tied for 365th at 197 people.
Dude, I think every one of those people was at a bar that I went to. It was like called the Hitching Post, where it was like a bait shop, hotel, or motel, and bar all put together. I believe everyone in that town, it was something else. That might be the most unique city I've ever been to in our fine state.
And that is in the news, Aug 19, 2026. Thank you. As always, brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Headlines are next on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, a trade in the NBA just went down a couple minutes ago. Cleveland, Denver, and the Clippers have agreed on a trade. It'll send Peyton Watson to the Cleveland Cavaliers, Max Strus heading to the Clippers, and the Nuggets will be getting a couple of draft picks in the trade. Now Peyton Watson will head to Cleveland and then sign a 4-year, $88 million deal with the Cavs. Seahawks, they're signing cornerback Trayvon Diggs. Earlier this offseason, they signed Terrion Arnold as well, but they're expecting Arnold to be punished by the NFL with his ongoing legal problems. Saints running back Alvin Kamara, he is expected to be sidelined for at least the next month due to a sprained MCL. Vita Vea and the Buccaneers, they reached an agreement today on a 1-year extension for $30 million. It'll keep Vea in Tampa Bay for 2 more seasons. Vea had asked for a trade out of Tampa Bay earlier this offseason. And former Oregon State and current Seahawks running back Anthony Hankerson, he won a suit for a 5th year of eligibility. He can enter the transfer portal, head back to Oregon State, or stay in the NFL. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan.
Jed Fish gets me hot. All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Wednesday.
There you go.
We are your sportsmen. My name is Isaac. Hello, Big Suke right over there. Stevie Freedom pushing buttons today. Although I did see he was watching baseball, not WNBA.
No WNBA action, huh?
Wonder why.
A little disappointing. Is there WNBA action right now?
There's always WNBA
there's a game
action.
Tempo Mystics.
Hey, big WNBA news today.
Oh, yeah. We're 2 pieces of WNBA news.
Azzy or Ozzy? What's her name?
The Fudder.
AZ Fudd, dead.
No, not dead. Incorrect.
Knee surgery.
Season dead.
Yeah. She
I
plays for
thought maybe
Dallas.
she broke up with her girlfriend on her team.
No, dude. The fact that she went number 1 overall, that's
That's all you need to know.
that's all you need to know.
What do you mean?
Well, she
What's
went.
that mean?
I think her girlfriend, who's really good, probably had a little
Oh,
bit of
yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the player that went behind her is like one of the best players in the WNBA.
second in the MVP. Yeah, Olivia Miles.
Whoops.
Is Dallas good? She played for Dallas.
I think they're 7th or 8th, maybe. So they're fine.
You're missing the big piece of WNBA news, though.
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know
what
that I
this is?
am.
There was 2 pieces of fire news today. How do you, as Stevie Fire, how do you not know this?
I should know. I don't know.
I see I'm left to carry the torch for
Yeah.
our fire.
We're all on the lookout here. We
Yeah.
pick each other
We're
up.
fired out.
What do you got?
Well, 2 pieces. One, apparently, this one isn't the best. So they're trying to get the season tickets renewed, so they're sending out season ticket renewals, but no one knows where they're going to play next year, which is somewhat problematic because the Moda Center is going to be going through renovations. So they're asking people to renew their tickets, but can't tell them where they're going to play next year.
Well, wouldn't they be in the Coliseum? Don't you think?
One would assume.
That
But
beautiful structure.
Child Center, perhaps.
That probably would be.
But I guess people are asking, and the team's like, we don't know. But more importantly,
But buy tickets anyway. I mean, they're going to be playing.
yes,
So you'll be there.
you'll be
Just,
there.
We
you
just
just
don't know where.
You think though? If I'm spending season ticket money, I would like to know where you're going to play.
It seems like an important detail.
Yeah. More importantly, though, clues are being dropped all over the city right now. Scorch marks. They're doing like a scavenger hunt, which means the purpose of this, a mascot, is soon to be revealed.
What? Don't they already have a mascot?
No.
They
Have
don't?
you not been paying attention? For God's sakes.
I haven't.
Sassy Squatch.
Sassy
is here.
Squatch. They remember they were doing a.
Tell you what, I saw some Portland Fire logos out in the studio. Maybe it's leading right to Big Suke.
I'm just saying. Whoa! Remember they were running there was a mascot wanted. They were doing like a contest for it. You could get hired as the mascot. So apparently,
that's right.
Yeah.
But I thought they already had chosen who like the mascot was going to be.
No. Which means the mascot reveal could happen at any moment.
So
we're the home of the Portland Fire. Just saying. Maybe it's Big Suke as Sassy Squatch.
Dude.
I don't know. Allegedly.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
What are you saying?
I'm
We're
just saying.
We're just saying, Rob.
What are you just saying? I don't understand.
Gay Bigfoot could be coming. Gay Bigfoot, a.k.a. Sassy Squatch. If they've been listening to the program, and I like to believe they listen.
I feel like we are the #1 fire show in the area.
No one covers the Portland Fire in this media market like we do.
No one.
No one.
No one.
And if they're paying attention,
I'm gay.
there's only one mascot that will do, and that's Sassy Squatch, the gay Bigfoot.
We should have done it for the gays.
It would blow the roof off of that place. If they unveil, because there's only like 5 home games left, if they unveil Sassy Squatch, that crowd would eat it up. Sassy Squatch would immediately become the most popular thing in Portland. Move over Blaze and Doug Fur, whatever the hell else you got going on out there. Sorry, Dylan T. Pickle. Make way for Sassy Squatch.
I thought they got rid of Doug Fur. Didn't they?
I don't know if that's been cut from the budget. We assume that Dundon will cut him from the budget, but...
Would you like more mascot news?
And you could just take Doug Fur, fancy him it up a little bit, and you got yourself Sassy Squatch. Save some money. It's a 2-for-1.
So when will we know?
It just the one that I saw was the a mascot reveal could be imminent because that's what they're leaving little clues.
All right.
Scorch marks around the city.
It's going to be terrible, isn't it?
If it's not gay Bigfoot, it's going to be terrible.
75% chance it's terrible.
75 for sure.
I think it's more like 92. I give it an 8% chance that the mascot isn't ridiculous.
I'm worried about this one.
I am too.
So I have more mascot news, and this is for you.
Ooh.
Because, one, you love your mascots.
I do love my mascots.
And two, it appears you have a couple of big wins in here. Last week, Cocky, Cosmo, Goldie, Miles, and Mrs. Met all entered the Mascot Hall of Fame.
Really?
That's right.
Oh.
The announcement was made on Good Morning America.
Am I the only one that didn't know?
Now, do you know who those...
Well, Cosmo is the BYU Cougar.
Yeah. So you got your Mrs. Met.
Mrs. Met. So
and Cosmo into the Mascot Hall of Fame.
Now, can I ask a question?
You sure can.
Yes.
I probably won't have the answer. But
Is Mr. Met in the Hall of Fame?
he's already in there.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Mrs. Met is just joining him.
Yeah,
there.
Mrs. Met's pretty new. Yeah, so I think Mr. Met was getting a little horned up, so they had to create Mrs. Met a while back, and now they do Met things together.
Who's the other one? Cocky? That's South Carolina.
Cocky is South Carolina. Cosmo is BYU.
Yeah.
Goldie is the Golden Gopher from Minnesota.
Okay.
And Miles is the Bronco from Denver. And then you got Mrs. Met.
Like, do we?
With
what
eyelashes.
constitutes a mascot hall of like?
That's a.
What do you have to do?
I don't know.
Or have you just been around a long time? Like,
I feel like if you just kept the same mascot for years, they're like, oh, you must be good.
This is the 11th Mascot Hall of Fame class.
okay. Well, then
There are 38 previously honored mascots.
interesting. So I'm
In the
assuming
hall.
like the San Diego Chicken, would that be the number one?
Gotta be in there.
So do all the mascots just hang out by their phone, just waiting for the phone call?
I would think so. Like if we're doing the number one class, it should be San Diego Chicken, right?
Gorilla from the Suns.
The gorilla from the Suns. I think the Notre Dame Leprechaun, right?
Okay.
Like
For
that's
sure.
Stevie Fire's like, man.
Philly Fanatic's probably in there.
Oh, there you go, Fanatic. Is that the first? Am I missing someone? Like
that's got to be the first class. That's the Mount Rushmore.
Isn't that like the gold standard?
I think we're missing. You said the chicken.
Yeah,
The Suns Gorilla.
Chicken, the
Who else?
gorilla,
Fanatic?
the Fanatic.
Philly Fanatic.
And I always think
Mr. Met. He's in there.
Yeah, he's in there. I just think the Leprechaun at Notre Dame is a big deal.
Yeah, I was looking at. He's not.
No, because that's kind of a big deal.
Your notable Hall of Fame mascots are Freebird, Fred Bird. He's the Cardinals.
Okay.
St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah. Slugger from My Royals.
Yeah, he's a lion.
I can't. Yeah, I can't believe he's in the freaking hall. I was so pissed when they got him too because The Royals never really had one.
Until they gave you a slugger.
And they threw him out there. This was like back when they sucked, the later. So I associate him with just absolute suctitude.
Sure.
He's terrible. How is he a Hall of Famer?
I remember when the Mariner Moose broke his ankle rollerblading.
That's right.
That was
right into the wall.
Yeah, that was.
The
Like,
Oriole.
get off the field. I can't.
The Oriole Bird from Baltimore is in there.
That makes sense.
Casey Wolf, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Jackson Delvia. Delvia?
I don't know who that is.
That's Jaguars. Clutch the Bear from the Rockets, Houston Rockets.
He's funny.
Bucky Badger.
Yeah.
Brutus Buckeyes in.
That makes sense.
Obby the Tiger from Auburn. The Gopher we just mentioned.
But not Mike the real tiger? Because they do have a tiger.
Yeah. What about Ralphie?
Yeah.
Not in.
I wonder if it, because that's not really a mascot.
Because they're live.
But you're right about the Sun's Gorilla and you're right about the chicken, of
or
course.
The Longhorn guy.
Yeah, Bevo and USCS Traveler, the horse. I don't
What
think,
about Puddles?
Well, I don't think it's Puddles anymore. I think it's just the duck. Yeah, the duck should
He's
be
always
in.
Puddles to me.
Yeah. The duck should be in. The duck in recent years has really kind of stepped
He's a
up
top
his game.
performer nowadays.
Yeah. Now, I will say this about Cosmo. You may not know who Cosmo is. Cosmo is the Phoenix Sun gorilla of college football. So they pick it's a BYU gymnast. Cosmo the Cougar does more than any other college mascot. He actually he does aerials and stuff. So that you're not just some flunky that they pick. They go get a gymnast and he does some of the stuff he does is pretty again, the Phoenix Gorilla was the first
back in the day he was doing cool stuff.
Yeah. And that's what Cosmo does.
Ooh, Split from the Savannah Bananas is in.
I'm not familiar with the work of Split.
Nothing Savannah Bananas should be in the Hall of Fame.
No.
That's my take.
Puddles should 100%, or the duck, whatever you want to call it. He should be in. The duck's a big deal. The tree from Stanford, I think, should make that list.
Smokey is in. Tennessee,
little dog.
The dog. Coyote, the coyote from the Spurs is in.
What about the Bama Crimson Tide elephant?
Oh yeah, I forget what he's
not
called.
in.
Can't think of what his name is.
Hookham is. Oh no, Hookham was a official candidate this year. Didn't get in.
You know who should be in? Sassy Squatch.
Also Buzz.
Portland Fire. It's not too late to pick Gay Bigfoot.
How long does it take Sassy Squatch to get in the Hall of Fame? Not long.
6
Whatever
months.
the minimum is.
Whatever the minimum
He's
is.
in.
Can you name the 4 NFL teams without an on-field mascot?
Cowboys don't have one.
That's wrong.
They have a little cowboy guy.
Yeah, they have a little
Packers.
That guy,
That's their mascot.
That's an official mascot.
Uh-huh.
Packers.
He turns 30 today.
That guy sucks.
The Packers, yes.
They have one?
No, they do not. You're right. In other words, you're correct.
Yes.
Steelers don't have one, right?
Packer used to be a thing in the 80s. This is a great story. So Packer, yes, the Steelers do have a mascot.
They do?
Really?
They do. I don't know who it is, but they do. So the Packers had a guy by the name of Packy Packer.
Yeah.
And he was a giant red-bearded fat guy from the 80s.
Yeah.
And he was a mascot. And the actual guy who played him said that most of the people who are Packer fans are short, fat butchers with big feet.
Ooh.
And he got canceled, and they canceled Packy.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. You know who wouldn't do that? Gay Bigfoot. Gay Bigfoot would be for everybody. Be a mascot for all.
The 49ers, do they have a mascot?
Yeah,
They do.
They've got a Klondike dude who runs around. You know who doesn't? I know this for a fact because that doucher claimed to be their mascot is Fireman Ed.
That's correct. The Jets do not have a mascot.
Yeah, he was always like, we don't have a mascot. That guy sucks. That might be the worst NFL fan of all time. That douche canoe, who, by the way, we got to get over this. You can't criticize firemen and police officers. To hell I can't. If you're a douche and you're a firefighter, guess what? Thank you for your service. You're still a douche, Ed.
I hate this team.
You know, the New York teams actually don't have a ton of mascots. So the Yankees don't have one.
Oh, yeah.
The Jets
don't.
The Knicks, the Rangers don't.
The Mets
and
do.
Also the Giants.
Mets got 2. So basically the Mets are the best. We have 2. And both in the Hall of Fame. Suck it, Fireman Ed.
So I just gave you another one. So the Giants, Jets, Packers.
Giants, Jets, Packers.
And the 4th has a Fireman Ed of their own type guy, but they never adopted him as official, and he retired.
Do the Raiders not have one then?
No.
I thought maybe they had someone. I was thinking maybe Raiders or Browns, and maybe they just do one because they got those idiots that dress up.
Yeah.
It's the Chargers.
Oh.
And they had Boltman, who grew from the 1995 Super Bowl appearance. He was like, hey, we don't have a mascot. We're going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to be Boltman. He stayed with them unofficially until 2018, and then he retired.
Yeah, I see him. Like I've seen that guy.
Yeah, that's not their official mascot though.
Oh,
So the four NFL teams without an on-field mascot are the Jets, Giants, Packers, and Chargers.
can I ask a question?
You sure may.
Is it wrong of me?
Yes, probably.
Probably. Yes.
Yes.
And I'm open to the idea that I'm an a-hole.
Well, I mean, even if just that you're asking
I'm
means
asking.
that you know.
Usually it's like a 50-50 shot when
Yeah.
you say that.
I
This
know.
is 75-25.
That I have zero respect, none. And much like Fireman Ed, you may be a nice guy. I think you're a douche and I don't want to hang out with you if
You're
you're
a
a
loser.
super fan. Like, if you're that guy, the Sea-Hulk, you know who I'm talking about? That guy.
Stop being a douche.
If you go to every game and you're so insecure that you have to paint yourself or wear a helmet that you can't even see the game, but it means so much to you to be noticed and have someone take a photo with you.
Need a
and
Muslim?
and somehow you think that you're involved with the team.
Marlins man.
And you think you're the reason why the crowd gets fired up. Fireman Ed literally thought that the Jets were losing because they stopped showing him on the Jumbotron. Fireman Ed made a post saying that the crowd is not the same because the Jets refused to show him on the Jumbotron doing the Jets cheer. If you're that
Free
guy,
throw guy at the Blazer game.
yes, you're a loser. You may be a nice person, and I'm not saying in your personal life,
You're a loser.
but I think you're a loser, and I think it's sad, and you have a deep hole missing in you.
Yeah, it is sad. It is kind of a sad existence.
Yeah.
People very desperate to be noticed
Yes.
and loved and
Because
beloved.
think about the money you spend, and none of that is comfortable. You don't enjoy going to the game to watch the game. You just go there so that you can be like, I'm C Dave. Look at me. Just go and support your team. Buy a jersey like the rest of the people. But you're kind of a joke.
Is that his name? C. Dave?
I don't know. The Seahawks.
C. Dave.
If you've been to a Seahawks game recently, they
Not
have like
really.
6 super fans.
Yeah.
The most annoying one is
The
Sea-Hulk.
12s, baby.
They have Sea-Hulk, who I've met. He was sitting in my section once. I'm telling you, that guy, it might be a bigger douche than Fireman Ed.
I'm a baller.
He's like a amateur bodybuilder, and he paints himself green and goes by Sea-Hulk. And then there's a nut. Sea-Hulk has like a rival Seahawk fan that dresses up like in a wrestling Seahawk outfit, and apparently they don't get along because
He's gay.
one is sitting too close to the other, and the Sea-Hulk feels like he's infringing upon his super fandom. The fact that you have a rival as a super fan, that's all you need to know. Who's wrong? Both of you. You're idiots. Stop painting yourself green. Watch the game.
Well, you have Darth Blazer.
Yeah.
Don't forget about Darth.
I
And
know.
you had Free Throw Guy. Remember Free Throw Guy?
Oklahoma City has a guy who dresses up like a brick wall, like that sits front row. He's really annoying.
Raider guy has that dude that, he wears his shoulder pads and
Yeah.
paints himself, and he wakes up at 3 a.m. to get ready for the game because somehow you matter.
They need him. Yeah.
They need him. And they all do. They all think that they matter.
I'm just part of the team. Man.
It's part of the team.
It's like David Putty on Seinfeld.
Yeah. You support the team.
Just part of the team.
Well, there's a little foyer into mascot talk. I don't know where
So
that
I can't
came
wait for the Fire mascot now. Huh?
So anyway, yeah. Bits of Fire news.
Yeah.
we should
Apparently-
become super Fire fans, by the way. Us three.
I'm still looking for a
What
fire
would you
cape.
do?
I'd wear a cape.
Well, they already have that.
They already have a Cape guy or gal.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. When they screw this up and don't make
Cape
gay Bigfoot, then there's only one thing for me to do, and that's become Sassy Squatch. It's the only gay Bigfoot mascot in the WNBA, and see if they will recognize me.
This text, good point. The Wolfman that was at the Chiefs games, he was a robber. He was stealing
Yes.
from people.
Yeah. He's in
That
prison.
guy's cool, though, because he would gamble and steal people's money and then gamble on it. So
That's true. He was a super fan.
Yeah. What are you doing?
that guy's sick, though.
By the way,
Yeah.
I just want to point out
Point out.
your Seattle Mariners, whom we blasted in our first segment,
Yeah.
they are up 7-0 on the Brewers in the second inning.
Is this going to break? How much will this break Seahawks fans' spirit when they lose this game?
It's a wake-up call. Look,
You mean
Julio,
Mariner fan?
Yeah,
Julio
Mariner
throwing the
fan,
ball
sorry.
in the crowd's a wake-up call to the rest of the team.
Yeah. Well, they did say they were close to turning a corner. Apparently, that corner was 22-0.
They must have a team meeting.
Well,
Yeah.
they're in Milwaukee. What?
Oh,
Butterhog.
Butterhogs, yeah.
Butterhog. Slump Buster.
They bounce back.
That must have been a hell of a night last night.
Okay, more on the Terrion Arnold situation, and the best example yet that sports owners do not give a rip about you.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, NBA trade just went down about 30 minutes ago. Cleveland, Denver, and the Clippers have agreed to send Peyton Watson to the Cavaliers, Max Strus to the Clippers, and a couple of draft picks will head back to the Nuggets. Peyton Watson will then sign a 4-year deal worth $88 million with the Cavaliers. Seattle Seahawks there signing quarterback Trevon Diggs, the former Cowboy. They just signed Terrion Arnold, but they're expecting him to be punished by the NFL with his ongoing legal problems, putting Diggs in right away. Saints running back Alvin Kamara, he's expected to be sidelined for at least the next month due to a sprained MCL. Defensive tackle Vita Vea and the Bucs, they've reached an agreement on a 1-year extension for $30 million. Will keep him in Tampa Bay for 2 more seasons. They had asked for a trade earlier this offseason. And former Oregon State running back and current Seattle Seahawks running back Anthony Hankerson, he has won a suit for a 5th year of eligibility in college. He can enter the portal, head back to Oregon State, or stay in the NFL. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
AM.
All right, to Hard Knocks from last night in a moment. But wanted to share a little something with you about Mark Walter. He is the Dodgers owner who just sold the Lakers out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So we used to have a boss that worked closely with Paul Allen and Paul Allen's people. And he would always talk to us about how you can't possibly try to relate to this billionaire group. Like
they're living in a different,
it's just a different stratosphere.
Yes.
And you have no idea what they're thinking. Therefore you have no idea what their life is like, so you cannot predict their behavior. It's like people would always try to predict what Paul Allen was going to do, and you never could do it because he's a freaking multi-billionaire.
Yeah.
Dude, you're not in that space.
Nothing really mattered to him.
So I've always loved, look, if you're a billionaire, the thing that you get more than the money or along with the money is you get to just flip the bird to society.
Yeah.
And you don't have to
do what
play
you want when you want
by any rules, whereas you and I have to play the stupid game.
Yeah.
And it is stupid. So Mark Walter, now this goes back to these owners. So my point there is owners, and I know this all will relate back to Tom Dundon somehow.
Yeah.
But none of them care about you.
No.
They just don't. They're in an alternate universe of which you don't matter, even if they own your favorite team. So the news is that Mark Walter, I guess he's under investigation by the SEC. Yeah. He's got $16 billion in unpaid loans.
He was moving loans around to shell companies and then taking loans that he shouldn't have been taking.
So this from, I think, Sports Business Journal. Mark Walter has been looking for cash to fund billions of dollars in loans for months. And he isn't just trying to sell his sports assets. According to Sports Business Journal, Mark Walter engaged Charter Communications to see whether the company wanted to exit its local TV deals for the Lakers and Dodgers several years early in exchange for a lump sum payment. Ooh. But those talks went nowhere. The Dodgers currently have one of the best local TV deals in sports, 25 years, $8.5 billion.
Yeah.
They get an average of $334 million annually, but Walter was willing to exit the deal early
just for cash,
in exchange for upfront cash.
So now people are speculating, is Major League Baseball, are the Dodgers next, or are they going to try to force him to sell? Or is this going to be one of those situations where Major League Baseball is like, dude, we can't have this? Also, I don't know if you saw the Ishbia stuff, but there's some talk now where people are asking, is the NBA going to try to force Ishbia to sell?
Well, he doesn't have any money. So Ishbia...
So
we talked about him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so he's in some trouble. He bet basically $27 billion that he didn't have, that the mortgage industry was going to turn around and that rates were going to drop. They did not.
And that's how he bought the team.
That's how he bought the team.
All his money's wrapped up into that.
So his stock is down, it's like 76%, I think I saw. And it turns out he borrowed $4 billion from Chase to buy, I think it was 4.6. He borrowed $4.6 billion from Chase to buy the Suns. And what did he use as collateral? He used his company stock. Well, the company stock is now down 70+%. So people are asking, does he have any money? Like, yeah, if you put that up as collateral, could the bank be like, yeah, your collateral is gone? So now there's some talk of, will he be forced to sell on his own, or does the NBA step in and be like, dude, we're not having bankrupt guys run it? So you have two dudes that were considered some of the richest guys that overnight seemingly are, oops, we're in some dog duty.
It's just crazy the world those guys live in.
But yeah, Mark Walter didn't sell the Lakers because he wanted a quick flip. He sold the Lakers because he had no choice.
Yep.
Sounds like he's trying to cover his ass. And by the way, get the feds off of it.
And think about that. He did not give a rip about his TV deal or his fans.
No.
For the Dodgers and Lakers. He was just going to cash out of them.
Yes.
With Charter.
When you owe...
That's so crazy.
When you've got... Imagine having a bill come due. Because rich guys they float... They leverage debt like no one else. Imagine having a note come due on $16 billion. Like...
And then just not pay it.
Yeah. Like what?
I'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Find me in Ibiza.
$16 billion.
On my yacht.
What did someone say? If I owe you $1,000, I'm in trouble.
$1 million.
It's $1 million. If I owe you $1 million, I'm in trouble. If I owe you $1 billion, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. Yeah. That's the old financial saying.
What are you going to do? It's like our national debt. Yeah, come collect on it.
So last night on Hard Knocks, I don't know if you watched it, but...
I haven't. Why? I'm kind of out of those.
Well, last night, the Seahawks one is pretty good.
Is it?
I mean, no.
Okay.
But it is in that it's going down a few different paths.
Sure.
And one of them is this last night. I always like watching the GMs, and John Schneider was featured hard.
Schneider's great.
Hard last night.
Yeah.
By the way, that guy looks like he parties.
Oh, 100%. He's always got his shirt off. He's got that permanent red face. He's on that HGH bod. Schneider's having a grand old time.
Yeah, I don't know about HGH bod, dude. He is.
Oh, do you let himself go a little bit?
Yeah, he's got a treadmill under one of his desks.
Okay.
So he stands and talks on the phone and works on his computer while walking on the treadmill.
Okay. For a while there, he did that. He was doing that glow up, where he was getting in shape and then taking his shirt off and being like, "Oh, you want my shirt off?"
Yeah, no, he looks to be. I don't know. He just looks like a big drinker. I'd want to party with him.
Oh, 100%.
Anyway, they did a lot on him and Terry and Arnold in the Terry and Arnold situation, which, by the way, the Seahawks signed Trevon Diggs today.
Yeah.
Another corner, which, I mean, clearly this shows you they do not feel very good about their corner spots right now.
Well,
if they're bringing in Arnold and Diggs.
Well, and the Seahawks, again, they play that dime, and so they need DBs. DB is one of those positions that I don't know how many people kind of fully comprehend this. If you had to have depth at one position, most NFL teams, it's either going to be on your defensive line or it might be in your secondary. So much of what Seattle does is predicated on running out 5 to 6 DBs, and then you're going to get beat up and you're going to get injured. So, yeah, you're taking shots on people. Diggs, I don't know, but Arnold, I get. The Diggs one might be a little
Well, the Arnold one, we're going to take a break and we'll come back and talk about the Arnold one because they were talking in there. They showed... Now, granted, these guys know they're on camera.
Yeah.
But they showed some pretty cool behind the scenes of how they acquired Arnold.
Yeah.
And they even showed Schneider talking to Arnold's agent and wrapping up the deal, which I think that stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But they said in there, they had, I think it was one of the Harbaugh brothers was talking to Schneider. And they were just kind of shooting the breeze at practice. And one of them said, there's a real difference between being the offending team and the second chance team.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that.
Okay.
Because with Terry and Arnold, this is a weird situation because there has yet to be a mea culpa. There has yet to be any resolution to what happened with him.
No.
It's really bad. They even admit on there it's really bad. And yet they're like, we'll sign him and just wait it out.
Wait, see what happens.
We need to talk about this.
Okay.
Because I think it's very strange for one team to cut him and the other to pick him up weeks later. And if the Seahawks can get him now, why did the Lions have to cut him? It's just the strangest. I want to have this conversation because it just doesn't make sense.
Because it happens all over sports.
But this one I think is unique because it's not as if he served time and that there's resolution to what happened to him. Dude, he could be going to jail.
100%. For a long time, by the way.
So we'll talk about that next. So Hard Knocks last night, John Schneider is talking to one of his coaches, and he says, or one of them says, you know, if Terry and Arnold had been our team when he did what he did, we'd have to cut him.
Yes.
But the same Seahawks team, after he's been cut by the Lions, and there's no resolution to his situation, has already worked out a deal to sign him.
It's really strange.
So I want you to explain to me
I can't, but
how the allegation can be so serious that you would cut the player already on your team, but that same allegation is not serious enough to prevent you from signing him 2 weeks after he's been cut.
I have no idea why this is. It's one of those things that makes no sense. But in the world of sports, and this is true in almost every single serious case, whether it be rape charges, murder charges, manslaughter, in this case, 4 counts of kidnapping and armed assault and felony I mean, all kinds of wonderful things. He's facing 60 years in prison. Teams, when it happens, teams have to do you can't be a part of it. The trust was broken. The Dan Campbell said that when they originally went to Terry and Arnold, he denied everything and said this is all hogwash.
Still does.
And then once the charges were levied against him, the Lions went to him and said, this is not what you told us. You broke our trust. You have to be cut. And the Lions said they didn't want to go through the legal process and get drug under the PR rug. So for whatever reason, we killed the team for keeping an armed felon or a guy charged of serious crimes. But then when the other team swoops in, we're like, well, we let the legal process play out and everyone deserves a second chance. There's not a good explanation for it, but this is the way it works.
But I just think Arnold's a little different because it's not like a situation where it's been through the courts.
No.
The guy has said, you know, it's been handled, maybe even served time.
Yeah.
Like Ruggs. Who's the wide receiver?
Ruggs?
Henry Ruggs. He's the next one of these.
Yep.
But he's
Someone will sign him, by the way.
Well, yeah, but also I think that's different because he's been in prison. So he did something terrible and served his time and comes back, and I don't think anybody's going to have a problem if he gets well, some people will, but I just mean
he barbecued a lady,
well, right, but if he's done his time.
Yeah.
That's very different than what's happened with Terry and Arnold, where it's just like 2 weeks later, and the Seahawks like, oh yeah, we'll take him. He's pretty good.
It's so strange.
And John Schneider's on there going, oh yeah, it's really bad, like what he's accused of. So it started with there was a theft. He was at an Airbnb in Florida, and he and his buddies were there, Terry and Arnold, and they reported a huge amount of property, jewelry being stolen. So he goes and he lures 3 people to an apartment and he pistol whips them, holds them at gunpoint, beats them, pistol whips them, and robs them. It turns out that those people were not who stole his items from the Airbnb.
No.
So he's now saying, and his prosecution is saying, or his defense attorneys are saying, there's not enough evidence tying him to this, and that very well may be true.
It's possible.
And maybe that's what the Seahawks are banking on, but he's still denying it. But he faces 8 counts and, like you said, 60 years in prison.
Yeah.
It is not small.
No.
And the Seahawks...
And the NFL, by the way, are not going to let him play until something gets... He'll go on the commissioner's exempt list.
And Schneider said that. He said, we don't know how long it's going to be. We'll just wait it out. It's just so weird.
Yeah, you would think that if you're the Lions... We've had other ones that are like this, and it's like...
Before it's even been handled?
Yeah, why wouldn't the Lions just put him on...
Yeah.
Asked to put him on the commissioner's list, and then just... Again, wait it out.
So is there really a difference between the offending team and the second chance team?
No, other than for whatever reason, teams... I'm trying to think of the last time a team stuck by someone who was going through a serious charge.
It was like Ray Rice.
Yeah, they cut his ass.
They did once the video came out. But they stood by him.
They stood by him at the beginning, yeah. But most of the time, domestic abuse, stuff, anything of a sexual nature, domestic abuse, serious ones.
Well, what happened with the Greg Hardy situation with the Panthers? Did they cut him right away?
They cut him right away.
And then the Cowboys went and signed him.
The Cowboys picked him up.
But I think that was after it all played out.
Because she mysteriously...
Yeah, that's right.
He paid her off to not testify. And then the Cowboys signed him.
Right.
So, I mean, Leonard Little killed someone in the NFL, and he was welcome back with
Dante Stallworth.
Dante Stallworth, and he was welcome back. I don't know why it is, but the offending team always has to get rid of him, and there's always someone that's able to do the second chance.
It's the only thing I can think of is because the first team, the person broke their trust with that team, where he hasn't broken the trust yet of the Seahawks or the second team. And so I think people can, like fans will talk themselves to be like, okay, well, he broke the trust with the Lions, but he hasn't done anything while he's a Seahawk. And so if he gets off and nothing happens after it, they can say, well, look, man, I mean, everything was fine.
Well, the Falcons had to cut Michael Vick, and then the Eagles are like, come on.
But
it's
the
a
Eagles,
stupid reasoning, but that's the only thing I can think of.
But again, the Eagles signed him after he served time. This is unprecedented.
Yeah.
With the exception of the one you said, when's the last time somebody stuck behind Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns. They signed him after all that.
Yeah, but that was not his team, though. The Texans.
That was the second.
That was the second team. The Browns are the ones that gave him the second chance.
But they knew it was out there.
Yeah, but all that stuff happened with Houston, and Houston got rid of him.
Yeah. But the Browns stuck. I mean, I guess so. I guess they're the Seahawks.
They're the Seahawks.
Yeah, they're the Seahawks because the Texans got rid of him.
Yeah.
Again, that goes back to Deshaun Watson at the time.
Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Ben. They stuck by Ben.
They stuck by him.
There you go. Yeah.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
If you're good enough.
That's true. And maybe it comes down to if you're good enough. Yeah, because Ben had some problematic things. Kobe.
Ray Lewis is in a murder trial.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, Ray Lewis got stuck by Roethlisberger. Kobe Bryant they stuck by him. So maybe that's what this boils down to is I wonder if Terrion Arnold had been...
If he's Deion Sanders.
Well, let's just say if he's Aiden Hutchinson or if he's Gibbs.
Jimmy Gibbs. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Do they...
Well, he was a second-round pick.
He was good, but he wasn't... Terrion Arnold's good, but he's not Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well, then maybe in all this, we should give Detroit a little credit for cutting him.
I do.
Because they probably didn't have to.
I guess I give teams credit for, quote, doing the right thing, knowing that someone else... Whatever you think of from a moral standpoint, it has to be hard knowing you are going to cut a guy that can help you win, that's a good player, that's a Pro Bowl level player, knowing that as soon as you cut him, another team is going to come right behind you and sign him. That can't feel good. It just can't. And I'm surprised more teams don't have the thing of like, well, God, someone's going to do it, so why not us? Maybe that's the power of the pen, man. People just don't want to deal with the backlash.
Well, and someone bringing up a good point on the text line, it's just about money. Like Terrion Arnold, the Lions maybe didn't want to pay him.
It's possible.
And the Seahawks don't have to, because they're getting him for pennies on the dollar now, right?
Yeah.
So that's why. Maybe it's all follow the money.
And it could be. Because the one I read, too, is the Lions said it was broken trust and they didn't want to deal with the hanging over their heads. So maybe at some point, even if you're a good player, it's just easier to be done with it. It's just easier to be like, hey, you know what? Who knows when you're going to play again? And so just going forward, you're not part of our equation. But I think you could still do that, putting him on like injured reserve or commissioner's list.
I think it's weird. And I don't know why the Seahawks aren't, I don't know, are they getting flack for this?
I haven't seen any.
I don't think people really care.
No.
It's weird.
But the idea of pistol whipping someone and holding them at gunpoint, you probably should care.
Yeah, but can he play corner?
He can.
There you go.
The interesting one will be, I think later this year or next year, Ruggs will go on parole. And that's going to be...
Somebody will sign him.
Someone will sign him.
And you know what's weird, based on this whole conversation? You know who the one team that can't sign him?
The Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yes.
But the Seahawks could sign him.
Yes, they could.
Yes.
Somebody will.
They're battling for a Super Bowl.
He's only... Didn't you say he's like 25 or something?
I think he's like 20. I want to say he's like 27. He's under 30.
And he was going to be pretty good.
He was going to be good. And
Yeah, he's 27.
27. And I don't know when he gets out, but I think it's pretty soon. I know he got denied parole the first time around, but I think the next time as long as he's not in trouble and he's never been in trouble in prison, I think it's an automatic. I think the next one he has to be released.
He was denied parole on June 26th. Next mandatory parole eligibility case is August 24th, 2027. So 1 year from today.
Next
year. 1 year from today.
He could be in camp next year.
Yes.
And probably will be.
And
can you sign a contract while you're in jail?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Look,
Sign a pen to paper while you're. Yeah.
I'm not.
I got a visitor today. It's the Bengals.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to pretend to be the moral high ground of anything, but I would refuse to cheer for that man. I just wouldn't.
I couldn't.
I believe in, I get it. Second chances, whatever. Michael Vick, do what you want. I got no time for that.
Well, are you cheering for Terry and Arnold?
It's a lot easier for me to cheer for that. And again, we don't know what happened there. I think
we do.
I would not cheer for Deshaun. If Deshaun Watson became the quarterback of my team, I would be done being a fan of that team until he left. And if my team decided to sign Henry Ruggs, I'd be like, cool, man, I'm out. Like, there's just some things that are bridges too far, and I want nothing to do with it. I'm good. You can't be a sexual predator, and you can't barbecue someone and then serve a couple years and say, I'm sorry, and then welcome back to the NFL. Nah, I'm good. You go live your life somewhere else, but I don't want you catching balls for my team. I'm good.
Did the Patriots stick with Aaron Hernandez?
They did not.
They didn't?
Nope. He was cut immediately.
When they found out?
Yes. But they knew that he was...
They knew he was a wild card.
Yes. But. Yes. I don't know if anyone knew that he was a full-on murderer, but at Florida and in New England, everyone knew on those teams that something was cooking, and that was not the guy you want to mess with.
I can't even imagine.
Everyone knew that.
All right, well, Seahawks are going to get Arnold whenever he's ready.
I just don't think he plays this year. I don't think the NFL will let him play with 60 years hanging over his head and kidnapping and felony.
You can't. You can't let that guy play.
You can't do that.
All right, Andy Rooney is back.
What?
Next.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, NBA trade went down today. Cleveland, Denver, and the Clippers agreed on a trade. It's going to send Peyton Watson to the Cavs, Max Strus to the Clippers, and a couple draft picks over to Denver. Peyton Watson will then go on to sign a 4-year, $88 million deal with Cleveland. Seahawks, they're signing quarterback Trevon Diggs, the former Cowboy. They did just sign that Trayon Arnold earlier this offseason, but they're expecting him to be punished on the commissioner's list with his ongoing legal issues. Saints running back Alvin Kamara, he's expected to be sidelined for the next month due to a sprained MCL. Defensive tackle Vita Vea and the Bucs, they've reached agreement on a 1-year extension worth $30 million. Going to tie him to Tampa Bay for 2 more years. Vea had asked for a trade earlier this offseason. And former Oregon State and current Seahawks running back Anthony Hankerson, he won a suit for a 5th year of eligibility in college. Could enter the transfer portal, head back to Oregon State, or stay in the NFL. I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Limits are the words you can't say thanks to the FCC.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
We've given away too much to arrive at these political compromises. Yeah.
Google me, bitch.
Oh no.
Well, my.
Like
Swagel.
I like to keep it spicy, man. What you want from me? Who goes inside the dog?
Did you just wink at me?
I'm old. I am dying.
Flip the double bird to the great whites.
You fingering that is making me very uncomfortable.
I like to keep it spicy, man.
Time for the club,
things are
baby.
enormous.
On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
You can't win this way.
We
Get a life, bro.
Okay, we only have one seggy because I think we have some sports coming on or something.
Oh, we've got sports.
Is it the Timbers?
We do have the Timbers. Timber Joey, exclusively here at 6:30.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
What do you got?
Well, before we get to Andy Rooney talk.
Yeah.
So, we were at Mazatlan the other day and Timber Joey was in there.
Yes. Who,
And
by the way, I've had a chance to get to know him a little bit. It couldn't be a nicer guy.
And I said that if he takes off his hat and suspenders,
Yeah.
no one knows who he is.
Yeah. And I said, nay.
And you said, oh no, they know Timber Joey.
Yes.
Well, I asked him during a break. I went up to him and I was like, hey man, how often do you get recognized when you're just out and about as, I don't know, Joe?
As Joey.
And he said all the time. He says he's taking pictures all the time.
Yes.
Just as a regular bro.
Yeah. People love, brother, Timber Joey. Well, when we go to the...
Well, I know people love Timber Joey. I was just making the case that if he takes off the hat and suspenders, no one would know who he is. And I was wrong.
Yeah.
They love him.
Well...
So much that they know him in street clothes.
I do see him because he hosts... Now, to be fair, people do know that he's the host, but he MCs the Smoker, the Kel Smoker, the St. Patrick's Day boxing event.
Is he dressed as Timber Joey?
No, he dresses like he's actually quite dapper.
Oh.
He's got like a green velvet, like kind of jacket. He looks sharp. Bow tie. But, I mean, you know that Timber Joey is there in the ring, like emceeing it, but people come up, like swarm that guy. He's one of the most popular guys there. And there's a lot of, I don't know, who you would like, whatever you think of as the Portland kind of, I don't know. Like
Free throw guy there?
Clearly, like Darth Blazer, you know, the Lucases are there.
Who's the guy that rides the Unipiper?
The Unipiper.
That guy?
Oh,
You see there?
Yeah, it's a who's who. The Ron Sloys of the world.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
It's kind of a who's who of Portland, and I will tell you that he might be the most popular guy there.
Look at him.
He's a big deal.
So Andy Rooney is back.
I thought he was dead. I'm dead serious. Like, he's super dead, right?
He is indeed dead.
Okay, thank God. I was like, what? He's got to be super
Very,
dead.
very dead. He died in 2011.
Okay, so yeah, not just dead, super dead.
But he's back.
What, in pog form? How did?
So I want to play something. So I don't know how many people know. I mean, I would assume anybody my age or older, obviously they know Andy Rooney. You remember Andy Rooney?
Yes.
Maybe the youngs don't. So I'm going to play a little bit of Andy Rooney. He was a journalist, and he would come on the end of 60 Minutes, and they just called it A Few Minutes with Andy Rooney.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was something else.
And it was just basically he was like so relatable because he would just talk about random things like your family at Christmas.
Look,
or
if you've ever been stuck in a conversation with your grandfather that you don't want to have, realize that that's what was happening at the end of 60 Minutes.
So here's one where this is one of his more famous ones, where he just basically started going through his kitchen drawers on his show, on 60 Minutes.
I'm a sucker for any new kitchen tool. Over the years, I've filled our kitchen drawers with gadgets we never use. This seemed like a good idea at the time. It's for grating Parmesan cheese. Well, I buy cheese already grated now. This is for slicing bread. Never use it. And I can't believe how many things I don't need one of that I have two of, like another bread slicer. I only have one of these, fortunately. It's for pressing the oil out of a can of tuna fish.
What is that?
I bought this for making ravioli. You lay the dough here, fill it, and press it closed. Two of those. I don't use either one. If we want ravioli, we go to an Italian restaurant. And I bet they don't use one of those either. There are all sorts of nutcrackers in our kitchen drawers. You'd crack a pecan or a walnut with this, I guess. If that doesn't work, we have two of these. I haven't cracked a nut in years, but here we have 3 nutcrackers. This is a nice one, but again, I don't know what it does. But again, we have 2. This is an 8-pound cast iron clunker for making corn sticks. Some of you probably know what this is. It's for dipping honey out of a jar. Why didn't the bees think of that? You put a tomato in here if you want to slice it. If I ever want to slice a tomato, I'll be ready. In the past few years, I bought 3 can openers, and none of them work. Look at this. I always end up going back to the old manual opener, or one of these, semi-automatic. I'm not sure about this. Maybe it's for fishing a boiled egg out of hot water. Now here's something I do use. It's my favorite knife. It looks too big, but I have a theory about knives. It's better to use a big knife, even for a small job. This will carve a turkey or cut an olive in half. I buy anything that says it helps open jars, even if it doesn't. 2 of these for cutting sponge cake. Harry Truman was president the last time I cut a sponge cake. This is for measuring how much pasta to cook. I guess at it and usually cook too much. A pickle picker, lemon rind scraper, melon boiler, cookie cutter. This picks the stem off strawberries. I'll keep that, at least it doesn't take up much room in the drawer. To tell you the truth, I don't know whether to throw all these tools away or put them back in the kitchen drawers. I mean, you never know when you're going to need one of these things.
And that's it.
Thanks, Andy.
Yeah, and that's all he would do.
Yeah.
People loved it.
Did they?
How?
They did.
That
Yes,
is
he was wildly
horrible.
popular. That he would do that every week and have something completely meaningless. Do you remember Andy Rooney at
I
all?
don't,
You're
no.
too young, yeah. Okay, so I think you have to be...
We've played Andy Rooney stuff over the years on the show.
He did a whole thing once on why they call a banana
Yeah.
and an orange
Dude,
an orange.
Some of his stuff was so unhinged, and he's like 1,000 years
Oh,
old
dude,
on
he's
there.
a curmudgeon. And by the way, very problematic.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever
He's an
remember
ass.
some of the things that he said.
Yes.
He got canceled multiple times.
Yes.
But of course back then you
get
didn't
away
get
with it.
canceled. He'd just have to be suspended for he said racist stuff. I think he hated gay marriage. I think Andy Rooney was just, and he had those big old bushy eyebrows. He was insane.
He was insane.
Anyway, I play that
Incredible!
to tell you this. They are bringing that segment back, 60 Minutes.
Who are they getting?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. I have 3 names that they have. There are 3 very prominent names that they have reached out to.
Okay.
But
are
first,
they all insane?
First, I want to ask you who you think would be best at that, because there is one guy, maybe 2.
Christopher Walken would be
That's a good one.
That would be amazing.
I think Larry David is perfect for it.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, to me,
That's it.
Larry David is Andy Rooney. Andy Rooney is the original Larry David.
Dude, I thought that I had hit a home run. I had not. That's a double. You hit a home run. Larry David should do that.
So they did not reach out to Larry David.
Yes.
Yet. Not that he would do it.
He wouldn't do it.
Yeah. He's old. You know who I think would be really good at it, too, is John Mulaney.
Mulaney would do good.
He'd be funny on there.
I was just thinking of old curmudgeon-y people, but Mulaney would actually do a really good job. Norm Macdonald would have been good at that before he died. Nick Offerman could do it really well. He does a lot of those observational type stuff. But Nick Offerman would be great at it. I love that guy.
So do you care to guess the three people? Now, two of the three that they have approached, I think would be amazing. One of them, give me a revolver.
Oh, boy. Are they doing like a Skip Bayless or Stephen A. Smith?
Stephen A. Smith is one of them.
Oh, my God.
They have reached out to Stephen A. Smith.
Really?
About that segment.
He'll get it. They'll do Stephen A. Smith just for...
Caitlin Clark is white.
Well, the other two may not want to do it.
They'll get Stephen A. just because, one, he'll do it because he does everything, and it'll get attention.
So the other two they've approached are Jerry Seinfeld, who would be amazing at it.
Seinfeld would do really good.
But I don't know that he would do it. And John Cleese.
Really?
Who would be also amazing at it.
I thought Cleese was dead.
He is definitely not dead.
Okay.
Yeah, he's out there.
Cleese would be really good.
He's really funny.
Yes.
John Cleese is one of the funnier men on the planet, in my opinion.
You know who else I was thinking of? I was just trying to think of old guys. Steve Martin would be amazing.
He'd be really good, too.
Steve Martin, God.
Maybe Toussaint.
I'm getting him to get... Martin Short and Steve Martin have been doing a lot of stuff lately. They would be really, really good. Steve Martin is whip smart. Like, that may be my number one outside of Larry David, who just would be a chef's kiss to do that. By the way, Andy Rooney at one point, he was quoted remarking that black people had watered down their genes because the less than intelligent ones are the ones that have the most children, and inserted that homosexuality is inherently dangerous to our culture.
I told you.
We should have done it for the gays.
Yeah, that's hey, he didn't get
expired.
He got suspended.
Well, that's what I said.
But they brought him back.
Back then, you just take 3 months off.
Yeah.
And come back and don't say that again.
Yeah, he had some stuff to say about Latin American ball players.
Then he says it again, and then
then he says something different, but also bad.
Right.
He had a thing about Kurt Cobain's suicide. I remember this one because everyone was pissed at him. So he thought that it was, first of all, he had never heard of Kurt Cobain.
That makes sense.
And he was really upset that it got more headlines than Richard Nixon's death.
Oh.
And
that's
so
what bothered him?
He went on this whole rant about Kurt Cobain throwing away his youth, like he was young.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of this whole thing about, why are you so depressed? Like you're Kurt Cobain. You're young.
So
you're successful.
We're making fun of depression.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that one vividly.
Yeah.
And he, I think, got suspended and then returned.
Maybe he's a racist.
Yeah, I'm reading through some of the. He didn't like the gays. Yeah, the gays is. Yeah.
I only like people that like.
Boy, he had some real interesting. At one point, he
colorful character.
He equated homosexuality to alcoholism.
What?
Yeah. That both of the things are overindulgence that will kill you.
I just have always preferred the white.
God, I had no idea. How did they let that old son of a bitch on the air? Are you so old that like we just give you a pass? That was like, who is the 700 Club dude? That guy said the worst things like you could possibly say. But at least his was in like the context of religious nut jobs, and so like when you're a religious nut job, like you can really say whatever you want because like
right. We just chalk you up to a religious nut job.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, Jesus said.
By the way, Andy Rooney, noted atheist.
Really?
Yeah. So he claims. So here's what he said about Cobain. He said Cobain's suicide made him angry. A lot of people would like to have the years left that he threw away. What's all this nonsense about how terrible life is? I'd love to relieve the pain you're going through by switching my age for yours. What would all these young people be doing if they had real problems like depression World War II, or Vietnam.
You don't think he was...
If Cobain applied the same brain to his music that he applied to his drug-infested life, it's reasonable to think that his music may not have made such sense either. Or made much sense either. Jeez.
Wow.
Scorched earth on the dead guy.
Jeez. Wow. That's
Andy Rooney.
Yeah. So it turns out he's kind of a piece of crap. Well, I don't know if he was a piece of crap, but certainly he had piece of crap views. But this goes back to like the John Wayne thing.
He claims he was liberal too.
Were you?
Well, that's what he said.
Right. So
That's
Wayne.
what he told Larry King.
So John Wayne got canceled because he said that. I think he said something about like blacks are less intelligent, and I think he equated to like. He kind of made like a monkey sort of comment, if I'm not mistaken. Something that it like wasn't their fault, like genetically they weren't as smart, and obviously that interview came out in like the 60s or 70s, and then we found him. People tried to cancel him like 20 years ago. If you were born in 1910 in the United States, you're gonna have problematic views. I'm not dismissing that. Like, and that's why I don't know. Was Andy Reid or Andy Rooney a piece of crap? Maybe. Or is it the fact that when was Andy Rooney born? You ever talk to one of your grandparents and hear what they have to say? You're just like, oh my God. I mean, hell, I listen to some of the stuff my dad says, and you're like, oh.
He was born in 1919.
Okay. So think about when that guy grew up, and I'm guessing he was born somewhere back east.
Yeah, he's from New York.
Well, I mean,
New York guy. He was in the army.
Yeah. You think maybe that Andy had some problematic views? Yeah. You ever tried talking to like one of your grandparents or parents about like racial inequality or something? Good luck with that one. It's not going to happen.
Some others, people nominating for the new Andy Rooney, Lewis Black.
Oh yeah,
he'd be good.
He'd be good.
And he's just a little off the wall.
Yeah, he's the yellow ranter.
David Letterman.
He would never do it, but Letterman would be good.
Well, Letterman's getting up there too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be in his late 70s or early 80s, right?
79.
Yeah, he ain't doing that.
Dennis Miller. I don't know what happened to Dennis Miller, but
he's a Fox guy now. He leaned hard into the right wing stuff.
He's 72.
Yeah. So I don't think you can have, although, 60 Minutes has a new boss that's
Barry White
on that side. So maybe a guy like Dennis Miller would work.
Joan Rivers would have absolutely killed this if she were still around.
If she was still around.
Yeah, she'd be great at it.
Someone said Bill Belichick doing the Andy Rooney segment. Bill. Your face, Mike.
It's a lot of information, so.
Insta-face. Can we just do AI Andy Rooney?
Paloma.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
Jerry effing Jones.
The ramblings of Jerry Jones.
I'd tune in.
I'd be definitely tune in.
If you gave Jerry Jones 60 seconds and said, Jerry, you talk about whatever you
Rooney
want to talk
got 2.5 minutes.
I don't know if Jerry could fill 2.5 minutes. Maybe he just starts singing Paloma. Watch this. I think that'd be a fun job.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Once a week, I got to get a 2-minute monologue about whatever is on my mind, including what's in my junk drawer.
Pretty much.
I could do that. 100%. I wouldn't want to do it every day, but every week, you got a whole week to come up with 2.5 minutes?
Piece of cake.
I'm trying to think of the first thing.
How about doing 4 hours a day, Andy Rooney?
I know. I'm trying to think of the first thing that comes to my mind. What's the first rant? Like, you would do one on Loud Muffler Guy.
Oh, noise ordinance would be on my list.
Noise ordinance.
4-day work week would be on my list.
Absolutely.
Gosh, what else? I don't know.
I just want to hear like you've 2.5 minutes on 60 Minutes going about Loud Muffler Guy.
Well, no, noise ordinance. It's not just mufflers.
No, all noises in general.
It's the 8:30 in the morning leaf blower.
Yeah. We have those.
Drives me crazy.
We're doing a lot of construction around my neighborhood still. Like they're tearing up the streets and all that. And those crews do start at like 7:30 in the morning. That's a bunch.
What if Pat McAfee gets it?
Oh, God. You know what mine would be? The first one is the My Dog's Friendly liar. That one, that's a big... That one has really been getting to me lately.
So you're walking your dog.
Yes.
And somebody else is walking their dog.
And
you're like, can they meet? And you got to check.
And I never say. I always go to the other side of the street, and they approach me and say, "Is your dog friendly?" And I say, "Absolutely. My dog loves other dogs." And their dog is always half the size of mine. And I'm like, are you sure your dog is friendly? And they're always like, he's or she's the best. And their dog, I'm going to say 7 out of 10 times attacks mine. And it pisses me off. Your dog is not friendly. You know your dog's not friendly. Why? Why are you saying that it is?
Then they say, oh, he's never done that in his life.
Horse S. I can even, sometimes I'll lie and be like, you know what? No. Because I can see your dog. I can see your dog already getting aggressive. I can already see your yippy ass dog. Drives me effing nuts.
2.5 minutes, you could do a whole thing on dog walking etiquette.
Yes.
Like pick up after your dog.
Also, no leash dog.
Yeah, no leash dog.
If your dog is not on a leash, that better be the most well-behaved dog in the world.
That's
and
right.
it never is.
Sometimes it is. I have one in my neighborhood.
Yeah, every now and then.
He's very good.
Yes.
He just walks right by his owner.
Yes. I got one of those in my neighborhood too, and the dog is awesome. Super chill, but the amount of times, and it's always a small dog, and the owner thinks because it's small that it's no big deal, and then it rushes you. And you're like, I want to punt that little effing rat. Hate that. Yeah, the dog walking etiquette would be high on my list.
You know, I have a yippy dog.
Yeah, Molly Tenji's.
Molly Tenji, she's not the most friendly, particularly with bigger dogs.
Yeah.
Smaller dogs she's okay with.
Yeah.
But people will ask, and I will tell them, I'm like, she's a little...
Yeah.
I'm warning you.
And I appreciate it.
And they don't care.
Oh.
They don't care. They're like, it'll be fine. And then Molly goes...
And they yank it, you know.
And they're like, oh. And they're usually not... They're cool about it, but...
Why is that such a hard thing to admit? I had a bulldog, and it was 50-50. Sometimes he was, sometimes he wasn't. So when people were like, hey, can our dogs meet? I would just be like, no. And then they would look at you like, oh. I'm like, well, I don't want to deal with it.